What's up, dudes? I'm here. I had to eat my food. I was hungry. What'd the dog do? He ate the food. We got Simper Kid in the chat. 99.9, 9.99 Olden. Imperial Red. Renolin. What's up, dudes? How do you do? We got Deborah Crow. Fernando. Real Justin. Robert. Adolf. Pork Chop. What's up, motherfuckers? How do you do? Let me get my chats all situated. Huge protest in Denver right now. Yeah, I heard about that. I was thinking about going down there. I want some tear gas, bro. That sounds good. Ooh. Bricks of Peace is doing good. Analytics on this. Oh yeah, that is shooting up. Here we have an in Denver. The world is blowing up. The world is blowing up. Bricks of, that's just, I was looking at one of the videos. It's called Bricks of Peace. It's doing really good. One of the shorts on the Stamp Price channel. Okay, let's see here. Live. I'm just opening up my other live. Here we go. Now I could see the other chat. There we go. JJ Gosnell says, grabbing my popcorn. There we go. I see you. Now I have that chat up. All right, I have all chats now. Nice. All right. Yeah. There we go. We've done it. Bro, we need someone on Steam to make Protest Simulator. I'd play that shit. That's what we need. Bow, bow, bow. James Bong in the chat. Hello. ADG. Can't stand to watch these idiots ruin everything. I mean, I don't know. We make do, right? Like at the end of the day, net still existing and still moving forward into the future. I don't know. YouTube likes are weird nowadays. Should never hit dislikes. Yeah, that's a pretty common thing right there that people agree with. Epic just made the Stealing Back African Artifacts game. Yeah. Right. So now we need Protest Simulator. All right. Have bricks to throw. You know, if you're in a protest and you like throw bricks at cops, bro. What the fuck? That'd be. I mean, I'd play it. I'd play that. That'd be funny. Achievement unlocked. Turn protest into riot. Yes. Bricks of Peace is going to be viral. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to go viral. It's doing really well right now. Let me look at the analytics of it. It's at 13,000 views already, and we just uploaded it. And people are. It's got a pretty good swipe ratio of people staying versus swiping. They're watching it all the way through. It's mostly non-subs. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's doing great. I think it could go viral. We'll see. It's named really well. Bricks of Peace. My editor started busting up laughing. My shorts editor. Did you see mostly peaceful protesters loot small businesses? Yeah, actually, we're going to cover that today. I have a whole section on it. Yeah, we're covering that. I got a bunch of things. We're going to talk about the Marines. We're going to talk about... there's this video of Bondi saying she's going to go after everyone. If you know, and talking about like they already caught one guy. We're talking about the looting. There was some, I guess it's part of looting. But there's these 7-Eleven employees. Maybe I'll combine these stories. There we go. That makes more sense to me. There we go. There was some stupid shit Maxine Waters is saying. There's I love Asmongold, but I disagree with him on something, so I wanted to talk about it. You know, it's his take versus my take on lethal force are different. Then we got a couple clips here, you know, Trump roasting Newsom. Then there's a whole ass there's 2 Trump streams. They're each an hour long. Plus, we're gonna check in on the riot. So we have a lot to cover. A lot going on today. Mad Maxine, yeah, dude. Dak, what's up, man? I see you in the chat. The video I saw this morning interview a mom and pop store. They asked the daughter what she thinks. She said people are stupid. Had me dying. Yeah, they do these looters like ruining, you know, and they're like going. A lot of these business owners are like immigrants, so it's like defeats the message. You know what I mean? See some footage. Oh, I got the footage. I got the footage. You want some footage? I got footage. I got the footage. Here we go. Here's a footage of Trump. Have you seen the new Grounded 2 trailer? I have. I'm a little late. What happened? We're just getting started, actually. The battle begins. Yeah, you guys like my title, Battle for Los Angeles. I'm just keeping that going. I'm gonna name the Angeles. There we go. All right, we got all that good to go. Nice, everything is good. We're starting very soon. I'm gonna get some beverages, I think. Do I got anything in here? Gotta have stuff to drink. Looters take advantage of chaos. Yeah, that's true. It always seems to happen. Yeah, just getting started. There we go. I was parched. Yeah, what's up, Big Piece? I see you. Did you get that from the movie Battle for Los Angeles? Yeah. I just thought that the title of that movie fit the, you know, I was like, dude, dude, the stream's got to be called Battle for Los Angeles because it's just, you know, it's tight. It was good. It's good. Okay, well, we live on everything. Everything's smooth. 007 is goated. Oh, yeah. What's up, Mr. Green? James Turner? King? Tim Glenn? All right, should we get started? Mr. Nobody's here. Like 5 cities, different states are rioting now. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? I might I'm in Denver, so they might, if they start rioting in Denver, I might check it out. I'm gonna go get shot for content. Brittany, will you be my cameraman if we go to the riots in Denver? Yeah, sure. All right. We'll bring your taser. Pepper spray. Connor, what's up, man? Holy shit, bro. What is going on with your fucking audio, dude? You need to, nah. What, dude, did you change your mic or something? Webcam. Okay, I don't have you. They can't hear you on the stream anyway, so it's actually all good. There we go. All right. Should I change that? Okay, yeah, you just edit. You edit. You're in my ear, so if you want to tell me things, only I can hear you, okay? All right. Actually, let's practice that. Here, say stand breaking news and just start telling me some bullshit. All right, hold up, guys. Hold on. Up. Archie's getting to me right now. He has some breaking news. Archie, what do you got? Women on Twitter. She can feel something in her hair. All right, link incoming. Let's check. There's a gerbil. Okay. Yeah, let's see like that. Yeah, give me the link. There we go. That's how we do it. Yeah, perfect. We're just we're saying fuck it, do it live. We're just figuring this out as we go. Okay, let's guess. It's there's actually a real thing. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. It's real thing. You're just making shit up. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Let's talk about these Marines. Let's talk about these Marines. All right, I'm gonna mute the music so you can just do that in editing. All right. Stream marker, here we go. All right. Trump is officially sending in the Marines. Here they are circling in their choppers. These are Marine Corps choppers. I forgot what they're called. I wasn't in the air wing. All right, it was artillery. I just know that it's a Marine helicopter. Looks pretty sick to me. I mean, these are the cool ones you see in the video games, right? They're sending in the Marines. Here they are, dude. They're coming from Camp Pendleton. Here they go. All, I don't know if this is real. This is probably an old video. And Marines are out to LA. I mean, they do this shit all the time. I've been on these. When I was in Pendleton, we'd get on the highway and go to 29 Palms all the time. So this could be like an old video. The Marines in the back of a truck. They also look kind of like boots. Like, these guys don't look like they're suited up for anything crazy. They look like they're suited up to go out into the field and start digging holes, dude. These guys don't look like they're 6'9", 2025 my ass. Yeah, right. Okay. But they are sending in the Marines, jokes aside. And this is a real image that a lot of people are complaining about. A lot of people are saying, you know, that we're mistreating our military. And these aren't Marines, by the way. This is National Guard. But of course they sleeping, bro. That look comfy as fuck. Everyone's saying, oh, look, they're sleeping on the floor. Get the fuck. Do anybody saying that? You don't know anything about the military. Do you have any idea how comfy this is? Bro, they're sleeping because they get a chance to sleep. Like, this is actually awesome. None of them are going to complain. They're all passed out. Every single fucking one of them. These guys been working. They've been doing something. They haven't been able to sleep. Leave them alone. Let them pass the fuck out. It's not that bad, bro. It's not that big of a deal. But people be complaining because they want to try and have some sort of win. But yeah, also breaking news. Now that the Marines are en route to LA, mysterious pallets of crayons are being left out on the streets, the Los Angeles streets. Is it to distract the Marines? Is it to make them be nicer? You know, one can only guess. But it's an interesting tactic nonetheless. And then, you know, real talk, this guy, Serge, says, holy shit, my old infantry unit, 2-7, is being prepped to deploy to the LA riots. Straight up, no joke, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines isn't just any unit. They're known as one of the most unhinged, battle-hardened, psychotic groups in the entire Marine Corps. The absolute tip of the spear. If they're getting called in, LA is about to go dark. Now, I take this two ways. Because, like, this is some shit Marines would say about, like I'm actually not familiar with 2-7, so I can't speak to them. But I mean, it could be like this could be serious or it could be a meme. All right, with the way Marines are, I'm gonna go with more serious, but I gotta present it like he could be joking, dude. It could be like, you know, like, because what we'd say about my unit is we're the most alcoholic unit. You know, I was in a unit called Bravo Battery in 111. I was 1st Battalion, 11th Marines. This is 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines. I was in. We would, you know, everyone has like a name. The name was like a nickname, like Beastmasters. You know, but our real nickname amongst ourselves was Boozemasters. All right. So just saying, who knows if they sent Boozemasters to LA, somebody's getting killed. Yeah, and it's probably not even gonna be like fucking justified either, dude. Like someone's probably just gonna shoot one of those motherfuckers. So hopefully 2.7's better than Boo's battery. But yeah, I don't know. Marines are. I haven't seen any images. I looked. I was like, okay, everyone keeps saying the Marines are being sent in. Marines, LA. I mean, nothing is like. There's no. Yeah, there it is. There's the Marines in LA. I mean, this is it. Battle. It's all memes. There's no images. This is like old shit. This is, it's not actually like Marines going to LA. I looked. There's no images of it. There's no videos of it. Everything's memes and bullshit. So, I mean, and even if the Marines do show up, what are they going to do? They're not there to deal with protesters. Marines are dealers of death. That's what they do. So you want them to go there and kill everyone? They will. I mean, I'm telling, bro, they will just follow orders. You send a bunch of Marines into LA and tell them to kill everyone. They'll just fucking do it. They'll just kill it as many as they're allowed to. Yeah, they will. So I don't know what as a Marine, I don't know what the fucking Marine Corps is gonna do in LA that the LAPD isn't already doing. Just saying, bro. It's got to be, and I'm a righty. It's all political posturing as far as I'm concerned. I don't think the Marines are really needed unless you just want to. I mean, it's a good headline. Everyone's talking about it, but not everyone understands. Yeah, you send the Marines in there to go kill everyone. Like this. It's OP, dude. It's too much, bro. We don't need the Marines up in that bitch. It's not that bad, is it? Superfly AA Ron, I see you in the chat. It's a snack for them, those. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next thing. What do we got? I put the wrong link in here? Ah, here we go. Okay. I need to find a video for context to do this story. Give me a second here. Ice pro or rioter throwing rocks. There's this one guy. It was this guy right here, actually. Pretty sure it was this guy. Let's see here. Here he is. Bam. And here's the video. Perfect. All right. Got to put this together real quick. Give you guys a little bit of background on him. There we go. You guys remember this guy, right? This guy right here. He's throwing rocks. Here we go. Look at this. Wild. He's sitting here. These are ICE vehicles with like illegals in them that they just picked up, and this guy's throwing rocks at the vehicles, and he's got his face covered, got a helmet on, but he does have identifying markings on his shirt. Yeah, he just keeps going. He's like throwing as many as he can. He was like ready. He had all these rocks prepared. Oh, he ran out. He's trying to pull another one out of the ground. Oh, there we go. He's got one, and he's waiting for another target. Or is he done? He's done. Okay. So yeah, that's wild. That like pissed everyone off. That took the internet by storm, dude. Look at this guy. It's wild, man. Wild. Here he is there. So, and everyone's just been kind of pissed off about this. It went super viral. But then, they found him. They identified this guy. Here he is. They found him. They're looking for him. Unknown suspect. So this is before they found him. Excuse me. And they put him out on blast. The whole internet, like Fox News put it out there. Fucking, it's all over Twitter. It's all over YouTube and TikTok and everything. Like they're just waiting, right? They found the guy. Here's another image of him lighting shit on fire. And there's a whole ass segment on Fox News. Pam Bondi even gets involved talking about this guy, and it's actually pretty intense. Let's jump in.
American to know. I'm gonna forego my monologue for now because of this breaking news. As you can see, chaos about to unfold in Los Angeles, in California tonight. There are people that this country can blame. The fact that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Alejandro Mayorkas and every single Democrat that lied to the American people and said the border's closed, the border's secure, the border's closed, border's secure, and told you not to believe what your own eyes were showing you, they are are to blame for this. Add to that, sanctuary city mayors in blue cities and blue states, sanctuary state governors like Gavin Newsom. They allowed this illegal immigration to get out of control, out of hand. And now you see that officers' lives are in risk tonight, and property damage could be great. Here now with reaction is the U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. Pam, we know the restrictions that local.
Hold on. Is it gay to like to see dudes in handcuffs? Sometimes.
Police are under, for example, in a sanctuary state.
Yeah, sometimes that's
like
gay.
California. They're prohibited to even inquire about an individual's status during a routine, course of work. They're forbidden from holding illegals until they can be transferred to ICE. Federal authorities, federal agencies are prohibited from commandeering local authorities. We do have the supremacy clause. Okay, I get it. Taxpayer-funded health care, education, and other benefits for illegals in California. We know what Gavin Newsom's going to do. I'm not interested. He's not capable of doing the job. He's too ideologically radical left, and he hates Donald Trump too much. What can this federal government do to protect law enforcement and the people in L.A.?
Sean, what we're going to do is we are going to enforce the law regardless of what they do. Look at it out there. It looks like a third world country, and it's not. It's the United States of America.
It does kind of look like a third world country. I'm just saying. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with that right now. Especially like I've never seen so much graffiti around on a city. Like they went hard on the graffiti. But yeah, no, it looks like a third world country out there, and things are getting nuts. And Pam Bondi is personally getting involved in this. So I think anybody that's like touching police officers down there, they're kind of fucked.
We are not standing for it. Donald Trump won't stand for it. And something else tonight. Look at all those great men and women in the LAPD. We are going to protect them. If they will not protect them and prosecute people that abuse the LAPD in terms during a civil unrest under 18 U.S.C. 231, we can prosecute federally people who assault state law enforcement officers with a maximum of 5 years in prison, and we are going to do it. We are going to prosecute them federally.
Not fucking around, dude.
If California won't protect their law enforcement, we will protect the LAPD and the sheriff's office out there.
So this sounds all really good, especially as already. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Let's put some boots on some asses and get this shit under control. No, all for it. But I also like. I just have to say it because I'm thinking it and I believe it, and I have to be honest. It also is like it's hell yeah tacked in with like, yeah, let's do this for bonus points, so it's like it's whatever, fucking go ahead and send it. But it also just feels like political posturing at the same time, and I whatever, I'm getting what I want. But it also still feels like political posturing.
Not only that, we have 9 open cases right now and more to come on assaulting federal officers. The Molotov cocktail cases that you've seen, we've charged 1, more to come, 3 outstanding. The looters, you saw they began to loot last night, going into 7-Elevens, going into drugstores. Typically, you don't charge those. We do under federal law now. Under the Hobbs Act, we are charging robbery. You loot a business in California, you are looking at maximum of 20 years in prison.
Damn!
You spit on a federal law enforcement officer, no more. As President Trump said,
20 years for spitting? I mean, that sounds really harsh. If I didn't like the person and they pissed me off, I guess I wouldn't feel so bad. But if it's somebody I do like and they did it, then I would be like, damn, that's fucking harsh. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I balance things sometimes. Try and be as fair as possible, even though it pisses me off that like people are spitting on fucking cops and shit. It grinds my gears, right? But 20 years? Woo, that's a long time, man. That's harsh. I mean, I do love me some Law and Order, but fuck. God damn, jeez.
You spit, we hit. Get ready. If you spit on a federal law enforcement officer, we are going to charge you with a crime federally. You are looking at up to 5 years maximum.
Okay, I got it wrong. Okay, 5 years for spitting, 20 years for looting. Thank you, Cosmic, for correcting me in the chat. 20 years for looting. Okay, you know what? Looting pisses me off a lot, and I say fuck it. It's like, nah, 20 years, 5 years for spitting, up to 5 years, and the courts, you know, I mean, oftentimes, not all the time, but the courts will oftentimes consider a lot of things at the end of the day. Once you get to the end of the road, especially if you're very, you know, obviously sorry, you know, things like that, they could reduce things down to a certain point. 5 year max for spitting on a cop. I mean, if it is like some like just foul, disgusting, hateful, there's just a lot of context added that makes it so much worse. Yeah, fuck it. 5 years. Do you spit on a cop? 20 years. I would have to disagree with that, but I got it wrong. 20 years for looting. Lock them the fuck up, dude.
In prison. The cinder block case, Sean. Remember that case? We have breaking news right now.
Okay, here we go.
The
this
case where the guy was breaking up the cinder blocks and he was throwing them at police cars.
I hope they show the video.
The police officer, the federal officer had injured his hand.
They have that video.
He was wearing a mask. The FBI has identified him. Bill Isaley, our incredible U.S. attorney out there working with ATF, DEA, and the FBI have been doing a remarkable job. That guy has just been identified, and they are doing a search warrant on his house as we speak. And he has been identified. See his face. He is going to be on, his name is Reyes. He is going to be on the most wanted list. You have broken the news. His face is out there.
Have they arrested him yet?
Right now. That's him. He has been identified by great police work by the FBI. So you can run. You can't hide. We are coming after you federally. If you assault a police officer, if you rob a store, if you loot, if you spit on a police officer, we're coming after you.
Dude, I mean, it feels good to hear someone say that finally, bro. It just felt like we were just going backwards into lawlessness, into the Wild West of, you know, where's the lawman at, bro? It feels, yeah, no, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, let's go, dude. Like, people need to face these consequences. I wish they'd play the video of that guy throwing the rocks. I do have it. I do have that video. It's right here. This guy. Yep. This guy, here he is once again. Look at this. So they're looking for this guy. These are all federal vehicles, and this guy's attacking them with rocks, right? Which is dangerous. People can get killed from that, you know. Especially like you've heard those incidents of people throwing these off freeways at cars, right? They were doing that at cops. Like I saw a video of one cop car moving, cinder block hitting the cop car in motion, and then the person who threw it was very clearly on a kick stream. Straight up, very clearly on a kick stream. There's some super chats that I missed. Let me get to those real quick. Let me scroll back up. One from William Lawrence. Thank you for the $4 super chat. I don't want to ignore that, my friend. And thank you for the $2 super chat from PK Droid. Appreciate you. He says, just want to let you know I got a new girl. Like, fuck yeah, dude. You got a new girl? Yeah, you still got the old one? Huh? What? Wife started laughing. This guy's fucked. Yeah, nah, dude. They got him. They found him. They found him quick. They found him in less than a day. Is this it? This is him. This is him. Right here. Yeah, okay. I saw another image. So the internet found him first. I think it was the internet found him, and then the federal government just listened. And it you know, it feels like that never happens, you know? Feels like that just isn't allowed to happen. Spitting on people is nasty. That's just 3 words, caveman behavior. I agree. Let's see here. I saw footage of people in the street chanting Trump and holding flags. Oh, so the righties coming out, showing their support. They tend to kind of not get involved in this kind of stuff. Unless it's, you know, January 6th kind of shit, you know, they kind of got involved. But they tend to like not get involved and throw, like, I don't know. I noticed the right doesn't really throw that many tantrums in riot. It's always lefties. I mean, I can't be the only one that's noticed that. So we heard from Pam Bondi that 20 years, maximum 20-year sentence if you are caught looting. So these are the charges they're going for these people all caught on camera. So all these people that are looting the store right here. This one happened, I think, yesterday. Last night. They did some looting. This continues. And yeah, so if they're doing this, they're going to get locked up. That's it. It's, Pam Bondi has spoken. They're not going to let it happen anymore. We'll see how many get arrested. Oh my God, dude. Oh yeah, dude, the cops are actually trying. There's only so many cops. The cops are actually trying. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, there we go. You have 1 to 2 cops per person, sometimes 3, depending how big they are. There we go. At least they got some of them. Other ones got away. Is it worth it? Stupid asses. Oh, they got another one. Damn, dude, they get them all. Oh shit, bro, he's getting the rod. Yeah. Bro, this is satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. Oh hell yeah, dude. Okay, isn't it weird? Isn't it? I feel like I've never seen police arrest somebody for looting. I swear like I've never seen that. I feel like it's the first, like the only time I've ever seen it is in a movie. It's like a unicorn. Literally just got $5 super chat from Kenny G. Literally just got finished watching a stream of dudes walking downtown LA. People are literally just walking around minding their business. Yeah, I think things are mostly winding down, especially for the daytime stuff. It's mostly going to be nighttime shit where there's still shenanigans because people are having fun with it. But and then also, of course, some looting is still going down. Yeah, no, it feels like things are winding down. I swear I've never seen like footage of like cops like actually chasing the looters. They just let them go. I mean, is that what your guys' experience is? That's what mine has been. Maybe I'm in a bubble or something, but I don't really see it. It's I feel like just they always get away. So it's like, this is satisfying to see. There's finally some results. Finally get to see people get beat by the cops. People that deserve it. Yeah, these guys are looting a fucking store. Oh, here's footage of before the... So this is... Oh, it started over. Oh, no, that was the end. Okay, so that was how many people were looting in the beginning. Someone got the beginning. Yeah, this is them all just kind of walking in. Here's this guy with a handbag walking in, just helping himself. That's crazy. And then he ended up getting arrested in the end. We saw that guy. But, yeah, no, so, things are happening. Here's some more looting. Here's an Apple store. Look at this. No, this is super interesting. Oh my God. This is the best looting story so far. This is fantastic. So yeah, they busted in this Apple store, like a bunch of retards, and stole a bunch of Apple phones. How stupid do you have to be to steal a bunch of iPhones from an Apple store? I mean, use your imagination. Let's see if we, make your predictions right now. Tell me how you think this ends. Oh, there's the police. Yeah, don't fuck with the Apple store. The cops will come and protect that one. There's still some stragglers in there, still stealing shit. They're scrounging for the scraps that are left over. Damn, dude, they're all in there like little cockroaches, stealing Beats headphones, trying to bust out the window because the cops are coming. What the fuck? That was fireworks. Bro, you should have kept... Are they busting out that window? They didn't get out the window yet. Oh, they're having a hard time with it. That's crazy. Damn. Oh, they found the back way. There's a back way out. Look, he's running with that iPad. They got a bunch of people running away with iPads, bro. What the fuck? That's so fucked. Oh, my God. Okay, well, I hope you made your predictions because here's what happened. They just activated everything. Look at this. This is so funny. So they can remote access these phones. They get plugged in. They can connect to them. So if you if you stole some shit, it's not gonna work. It's telling you where to bring it back to. See, like, why? So stupid. Like, why would, like, obviously they can access these things. Obviously. I think it's the dumbest store to loot, man. Trying going after the iPhones. Those are the ones with all the technology. Yeah, get that shit out of here. It's annoying. Yeah. Yeah, get that shit out of here. It gets even worse. Check out these, and these are likely, very, very likely immigrants that are running the 7-Eleven. Look at these ICE protesters, peaceful protesters, try and loot a 7-Eleven. Big props to these Indian guys. I think they're like Indian or might be Pakistani, similar region. And they are not letting people in. Yeah, props in, bro. These are like rooftop Koreans, but they're 7-Eleven Indians. Mad respect, bro. Protecting what they work hard for. Oh, here's the security guard. Okay, here we go. Where's that? Yeah, that's a security officer. Brave security officer. Yeah, private security show. That worked, I guess. They're getting the fuck out of there. What a crazy shot. Look at these guys just sitting there protecting their business, protecting the thing that they worked so hard to have. Bro, Brittany just gave me a candy bar thing. You've been working out, right? And, you know, like everyone thinks it's funny. Ha 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 ha, you know, but they don't. They're young and they can't think of what it feels like to work super hard for something like this and to protect it from looters. You know, that's gotta suck. That's an adrenaline filled night right there. I feel bad. I'm glad they were able to defend their shit because the security wasn't there the whole time. They almost got in, bro. If they didn't fight for their 7-Eleven, that whole fucking place would have been trashed. Everything would have been broken. They prevented that from happening, and then security showed up and helped out as well with his presence. But no, dude, if they didn't keep those doors closed, everything would have been ruined, obviously. Obviously. That's what they were going to go. They were going to trash that entire place. The dude filming would have went in there and joined in. That's what I think. Let me go back, actually. Read some of your chats. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Archie's talking to me. What's up, Archie? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't know what over the top of his thumbnail means. I need to get back to the stream now. All right. No, don't use his thumbnail. Use your own thumbnail. We make one. That's up. That video's launched? Okay. Yeah. Don't use anyone else's thumbnails. We always use your own. Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. I need to get back to the stream. Sorry, bro. Where was the security to start? I don't know. I don't know that part of the story. And turn this down and play it again. 7-Eleven versus the world. Yeah, look at them. See? They're protecting their business, protecting their shit. I think it's a mix of Indian and Pakistani, but they're mostly Pakistani. Right on. Mayor is speaking right now. What's she saying now? Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the next segment. I'm gonna go to Maxine. Actually, someone's saying some shit about like going. Let me see what's on YouTube. Hold up. Let me see what I can pull up. LA riots and live. Let's see who's speaking, who talking. Oh, there it is. Okay, Mayor is speaking right now. You guys want to watch that?
You do not live or LA, avoid the area. Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted. Hundreds of officers from police and sheriff departments from across the region and state are working alongside LAPD through a unified command structure. The curfew will be in place tonight from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. I want to thank the governor for his partnership and especially thank our state and local leaders.
You guys think that this guy actually knows sign language, or is he one of those people faking it? Have you heard about those stories? People getting these positions that don't actually know sign language?
Who are working tirelessly. So curfew guidance. Again, it will begin at 8 p.m. tonight and go until 6 a.m.
Music off.
tomorrow.
I got you.
I will consult with elected leaders and law enforcement officials tomorrow on the continuation of the curfew, but we certainly expect for it to last for several days. The curfew area will be between the 5 freeway and to the 110 and the 10 freeway to
Curfew
where
is
the
crazy?
110
I don't think
freeway
so.
and 5 freeway merge. You look at the map and you can see that the city of Los Angeles is a massive area, 502 square miles. The area of downtown where the curfew will take place is 1 square mile. I think it is important to point this out, not to minimize the vandalism and violence that has taken place there. It has been significant, but it is extremely important to know that what is happening in this 1 square mile is not affecting the city. Some of the imagery of the protests and the violence gives the appearance as though this is a citywide crisis, and it is not. So everyone must abide by this curfew. Limited exceptions will apply for residents, people traveling to and from work, and credentialed media representatives. With that, I would like to turn it over to Chief Jim McDonnell.
I mean, to be fair, she has a really good point. That where everything is happening is like, deep downtown. It is a bunch of crazy shit. Now, like, they did attack police, and there's a lot of this stuff that's real, but it's not like all over LA. LA is really big. It's just downtown.
A new follower.
Welcome. Thanks for the follow,
Thank you,
man.
Mayor Bass. Good afternoon, everyone. As the mayor stated, a curfew for the impacted area as shown here will go into effect tonight. And I want to be absolutely clear that if you're within that designated curfew zone between the hours of 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. And are not exempt under the order, you're going to be subject to arrest. The curfew boundaries are as follows: from the 5 freeway to the 110 freeway, and from the 10 freeway to the point where the 110 and the 5 merge. Easier to look at it on that map for description. The curfew is necessary, a necessary measure to protect lives and safeguard property following several consecutive days of growing unrest throughout the city. Since Saturday, we've seen a concerning escalation in unlawful and dangerous behavior. On Saturday, LAPD officers made 27 arrests. On Sunday, that number rose to 40. By Monday, arrests totaled 114, and today alone, we've made 197 arrests.
Bro, that's nothing. You see how many people get away with it? It's ridiculous.
Days it's been as a part of a unified command with our partner agencies who have responded through mutual aid compact and been very, very helpful to us, and we're very thankful for that participation. Of those I mentioned for today, 130 were arrested near Commercial and Alameda. An additional 67 were taken into custody after unlawfully occupying the 101 freeway near Commercial Street. Our CHP partners were instrumental in that. So again, let me
It does
be
look
clear
like
that
he's
this
in
behavior, blocking freeways, city streets, and on-ramps, refusing to comply with lawful dispersal orders, and interfering with public safety operations is dangerous, unlawful, and won't be tolerated. If you are in the curfew zone during the restricted hours without that legal exemption, you will be arrested. If you assault an officer in any fashion, you will be arrested. We're operating under a unified...
I don't believe it. I think that, like, if they feel like it, they'll arrest you.
command with our partners at the Los Angeles City Fire Department, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the California Highway Patrol. We're fully coordinated, and our shared mission is clear: to restore peace and ensure the safety of everyone in our city. We previously mobilized part of our department at LAPD while keeping our ability to be able to provide the services that our community deserves going. We're going to be adding to that deployment with additional internal LAPD resources in the days ahead. The curfew does not apply to residents within the designated area, individuals experiencing homelessness, credentialed media, or public safety and emergency personnel. To be clear again, that's not about silencing voices or suppressing lawful protest. When that expression crosses into
Seems real to me.
conduct, when lives are put at risk, and when our city safety
Not that
is
I know
compromised,
anything.
we must act, and we will act.
Ooh, I do know some sign language. There's one.
We urge all Angelenos to cooperate with these public safety measures. Our shared goal is to protect our communities and return to a state of calm and safety for everyone.
Oh, I also know how to say bullshit in sign language. You go like this, so you do like little double horns, right? And then you just go like this behind. That's bullshit. There you go. There's some sign language for you guys right there. That's how you say bullshit. Sign language. Look it up. It's true. I learned that and I never forgot. I think also penis is like, or something like that. I know, something like that, bro.
Thank you.
Mayor. Come on, Mayor.
Let me introduce now the councilwoman who represents the majority of the district, Councilwoman Isabel Harato.
Horato.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I'm here today not just as a council member who represents downtown LA, but as its advocate who deeply loves and believes in this community. The history of Los Angeles began right here in downtown, where 200 years later, the grouping of historic neighborhoods remains the beating heart of our city, a place with rich culture and deep community. Downtown LA is a place where workers clock in before
the guy signing just needs to be going like this the whole time.
By name, where neighbors greet each other on the sidewalk, and where generations of
bro,
families
just do
have
this.
built lives, shared stories,
Just translate
made
everything she's
memories
saying.
together side by side.
Yeah, bro. Okay, I don't believe anything that this person is saying or anything they're saying. Like, none of this is like real. I don't believe any of it. I'm gonna wait for those to be done. Let's talk about Maxine Waters.
Incidents that you saw, and even though
Maxine Waters says Americans shouldn't rely on their own eyes. Says there was no violence at the Los Angeles riots. Okay, I'm sure she didn't say don't believe your own eyes. I'm sure she didn't say that, right? I'm sure she didn't say that. Waters says you should trust her and not all the videos you saw online. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. Get it straight. Don't just rely on what you're being told or a few incidents that you saw. Okay? Let's hear what she has to say.
even those and even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create
That
any
looks
violence.
peaceful.
Nobody was shot.
Those
Nobody
are-
was killed.
those are peaceful
Get it in your
fires.
head. And
Those are rocks of peace.
When martial law is called,
It's the flag-
what are you going to
the-
say?
the flag
I
of
missed the
Mexico.
point. Don't miss the point, you all.
With a rioter
Don't
of
think
peace.
That somehow, because they called out the
Hammer of
National
peace.
Guard, there
Looting
was
of
violence.
peace.
There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown
Property destruction of
detention
peace.
back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So,
Bro, she is so rich. You guys understand how disgustingly rich Maxine Waters is? She just, like, the more she does it, the more rich she gets. It's wild, right? It's just think about it though. So like, I've always looked at this. She has to be fully self-aware of what she's doing. She just understands that if she goes out in front of the mics and plays this playbook, she gets rich. And then that's what she does. That's what she does. The more she does it, the more money she makes. It's not about doing the right thing or anything whatsoever. It's about holding this position and getting as disgustingly rich as possible by doing it. That's it. There's nothing else to it, dude. There's zero, like, she doesn't stand on business on anything. She just follows the playbook. And it works. Kind of pisses me off. Who followed? Bugsy, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Jaden, thanks for the follow. Awoken, appreciate you guys. It's Marv in the chat. What's up, man? Let's see here. We got Bearded Viking Woodworks in the chat. What's up, man? I see you. Just, I'm reading chat in between segments since we're shooting videos. I'm doing like videos and stuff at the same time. Turn on some of this while we wait for the next subject. Talk about Maxine Waters. It's so peaceful. I would take a newborn there to be nursed. Yeah, there we go. Zeke says, do you guys support ICE and Trump here in chat? It's a mix. It's a mix. You know, people are, yeah, believe it or not, we have a mix. It's not just one whole direction. Starvin Marvin. Yeah. She literally gets paid by CCP. Probably, bro. I wouldn't doubt that, you know. I'd believe it. I'd have to see the evidence, but I'd believe it, you know. How old is she? She's probably like 200. I think she's a vampire, bro. She's probably like a vampire from like the 1700s Louisiana, you know? She was like I don't know, just from that, like, that era, and just vampired her way out of everything. Maxine Waters is 8,600 years, maybe. Waters looks like the Predator. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, kinda. What else do we got? Oh. All right, here's something I wanted to talk about, actually. Let's do the next segment. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next thing. Asmongold thinks lethal force is fair for the LA protesters throwing bricks, bottles, etc. Okay, let's hear him out. Let's see what he has to say.
No good spot. Yeah, the best spot to shoot somebody at is not shooting them. But if you would, I mean, that's it. Shooting legs is hard. Yeah, it definitely is. And yeah, no, I as I said again, I totally think lethal force is completely okay. I'm totally justified in it, or I think they're totally justified in it. So yeah, but anyway, no good spot. Yeah, the best spot to shoot somebody at is not shooting them. But if you,
I don't know, I'm not hearing the full take, so there's probably extra context. But if he's saying this, as what Drama Alert is claiming, right? Lethal force for throwing bricks, bottles, etc. I think legally justified, yeah, and probably a lot of cases. But all right, if we're really thinking about it, the thing that the LAPD has been doing a really good job of, in the sheriff's department, is not a single person has been shot like with real bullets. They've only been shot with non-lethal stuff, and they only did like 200 arrests, so they're not even arresting that many people. They're doing a really good job of actually minimizing the amount of rioting that's happening. In my opinion, they really are. Like, once the LAPD, and I don't know, maybe it was the mayor or something, you know, like, remember LA fires, she fucked that up. Maybe something's wrong, but the LAPD wasn't allowed to fully operate for like a day and a half, and it was just the feds on their own. So, and once the LAPD came in, everything really started getting under control, because that's what they do. They know this shit. They've dealt with riots. A lot of those cops have dealt with multiple massive LA riots, and they just know what to do. And I watched them operate. It was pretty good. They let the people scream and yell and whatever, do all this stuff, and they're just trying to minimize things escalating. And I think they did a good job, because it seems like each day that's gone by, the amount of rioting is less. All the commotion just kind of happen at night when the sun goes down, and like last night there was some looting, but then the cops went and fucking chased those motherfuckers down and arrested a bunch of them. Not all of them. There was so many of them. They didn't get them all. But LAPD, I think they're doing a good job. And the the moment they start shooting people for throwing bricks, this whole entire riot is going to like multiply times 10 minimum. Okay, it's not going to be in that little area of LA that just downtown. You know, the 1 square mile of LA that all this is happening. It's not just going to be there anymore. If somebody gets shot, it's going to blow up. And so that's why I think that a lot of the LAPD has been kind of backing off a little bit to try and see if they can get the looting to kind of fizzle out. But I understand a lot of people are saying, no, fuck that. You know, all these people need to be like made an example of now. A lot of manpower required for that, first of all. But also it's just going to escalate things and make things like way nuts. So, I mean, if we want to watch LA burn, you know, if you're someone who wants to watch LA burn, what you would want is for someone to get shot and killed by a cop, because then LA is going to start burning. All right. Thought those LA fires were bad. Wait until the looters like start burning it down. So avoiding shooting somebody is a good thing. And that's just my take, right? It's just going to make things worse. So that's why they're not doing it. Legally justified, I think it's right. But like a big picture, trying to reduce the issue, it's way smarter not to, you know, unless absolutely fucking necessary. Thankfully, that situation hasn't happened yet. That's my take. I love Asmongold. I agree with just about most of the things he says. He's mostly right. He's mostly right, bro. I believe it. But you know, I just if I'm to take this take based off what Drama Alert says, if that's the true context, then I would disagree with this particular one. All right. Oh, let me read some more chat real quick. I keep I have a bad habit when I'm doing my videos of like wrapping up my point and then not reading chat and reading out some of your opinions. I'm trying to break that habit so I can make better videos, so we can have more of your guys' conversation in the video. Eric, love your show, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Send them all back. I think, you know, I've said this before. I think a lot of the protesters are not illegals. The illegals are hiding, and it's citizens that are out there protesting. I mean, if you're an illegal, if it's been here 10, 20 years, would you want to risk it all going to this protest? I mean, I wouldn't. If I was here illegally, I would fucking stay the fuck out of it, just like they are, because they're illegal. They're not dumb. Yeah, most of the ones protesting are Mexican Americans that are here illegally. Yeah, Mexican Americans or like Mexican descent, but they're born here, right? In my humble opinion, these people are domestic terrorists. It's completely out of control. Just my 2 cents. Hey, I have a comment for that, bro. Okay, if they were like planting bombs and blowing shit up, that would be terrorism. All right, to equate a riot that's annoying. It's annoying. Okay, I'm not justifying the riot. Fuck those motherfuckers. Okay, we just have to give this the right nomenclature. Okay, because that is wild to call it domestic terrorists. That is extreme shit. As a righty, I'm looking out for you, my fellow righty. Don't go too far, bro. Okay? Because they say shit like that. It's not domestic terrorism. They're just fucking rioting. It's still not okay, but it's not like Boston bomber shit. Okay? Boston bomber blowing up people, running in a race, just having a good time, not hurting anybody. That's terrorism. That's terrorism. Okay? There's a difference. So we have to be right about that. I think it's important to consider, you know, it's not terrorism. It's fucking rioting. It's punk ass bitch rioting and looting and shit. And then they only arrested 200 people, which is whack. You know, so I think like it's important to just look at these things correctly, you know, because then you're not in reality anymore, and we want to be as correct and as right as possible as we can, you know, as much as we can. Look up the definition of terrorism. It's terrorism is using fear for political reasons, you know, like attacking civilians and using fear for political objectives. That's basically the definition of terrorism. What's that, Scrock? What is the definition of terrorism? violence, intimidation, and targeting civilians to achieve political, ideological, or religious goals. Typical acts are bombings, shootings, hostage taking. Yeah, bro, none of this shit is happening. They're throwing rocks at cars and lighting them on fire and shit. It's riots. People do this when their fucking team loses. Okay, like it's this is riots. Riots. Look up the definition of riots. What is the definition of riots? A riot is a violent public disturbance involving a group of people who engage in disorderly conduct, often causing damage to property, attacking individuals, or clashing with authorities. That sounds exactly what the fuck is happening in LA. This dude literally told me to look up the definition of terrorism, and I would know. There we go. Here's the definition of terrorism. Here's the definition of riots. I think you should have looked it up first. That's what I think. Anyways. That was great. Actually, thank you. That was great. I'm getting good practice because I want to talk about things in the comments that make sense. And I also want to make fun of stupid shit too, because it's fun for the video. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. Trump and Governor Newsom not getting along. Nope. I thought maybe they could be best buddies like him and Elon were, right? Like Trump needs a new Elon. I was thinking maybe it could either be Gavin Newsom or Mark Zuckerberg. I think, either one of those can be the new Elon.
Yep. And what crime has he committed that would warrant his arrest? What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed?
Yeah, to warrant his arrest, as you
I think his
earlier.
primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like what Biden did to this country. And
Trump never fails to have a zinger, dude. Holy shit. That was funny as fuck. I had to gather as much self-control as possible and not spit my fucking drink out. I almost did it on purpose for dramatic effect, but I was like, nah, I'm thirsty.
That's pretty bad. It's the wrong philosophy. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, many of them prisoners. They're taking up your health care. They're taking up your space in schools. They're taking up your hospital. And in many cases, they're criminals. And we have to do something about it. And we're doing something about it.
And what crime has he committed that would warrant
Let's hear it
his
again.
arrest? What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed?
Yeah, to warrant his
I love
arrest,
it.
as you
I think his
suggested earlier.
primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like
It's
what
so
Biden did
good.
to this country. And
His crime is running for governor, bro. What a way to not answer the question, but deliver and give us something even better. Fuck answering the question. I'd rather have that. That's why I love Trump. I just sit there and if he doesn't feel like answering your fucking question, he's just gonna clip farm you. He's the ultimate clip farmer, dude. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that every time he does something like that, we cannot help but talk about it because you either hate it and it's the most disgusting thing to you, or you're like me and it's fucking hilarious, bro. Man, I'm such a sucker. That shit charms the shit out of me. I'm just saying, man. Bro, Trump, you could just launch some nukes and then just make some jokes and I won't even fucking know. Jokes aside, fucking, no, but still, it's so funny. It works. He charms the shit out of all of us, man. All right. So Newsom responded to this apparently. I think. Let's see here. A once great American city has been occupied. What is this?
Los Angeles has been invaded and occupied by illegal aliens and criminals.
Oh, nice. They're doing the...
Now violent insurrectionist mobs are swarming and attacking our federal agents to try and stop our deportation operations.
This is pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
But
I like this.
lawless rights...
Bro, okay. I'm not offended by this whatsoever. I think this is fucking awesome. But I get I say, hey, good one on their part, right? Good one. Okay, yeah, make him the emperor or whatever. Have the emperor read his tweet, play some Star Wars shit behind it. But I kind of fucks with it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's actually kind of cool, dude. That's actually kind of fire, dude. Can I have all my Trump tweets read to me in this form? I would love to, man. This is fantastic.
This strengthen our resolve. I am directing Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, in coordination with all other relevant departments and agencies, to take all such action necessary to liberate Los Angeles from the migrant invasion and put an end to these migrant riots. Order will be restored, the illegals will be expelled, and Los Angeles will be set free. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
I love it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Amazing. Yeah, okay. I don't feel owned. I'm actually like I'm really enjoying that. I mean, it is a good one. It is a good one. But they made it too cool. So I mean, I love it. You know. So, okay, there's the response. They're not getting along, Trump, Newsom, you know. Hopefully they maybe someday they become best friends. Been watching you for a while on YouTube. Born and raised in Thornton, Westminster area, but due to high and increased taxes, political views, had to move to Texas, where I am way more happy. Oh, right on, bro. Enjoy Texas. I've been eyeballing Texas. Yeah, they got some good taxes that it's good for content creators, that's for sure. Everyone's moving to, what's that one city everyone's moving to? Austin. All the creators are going to Austin. So I was thinking about it. Yeah, I've considered it, you know? During Hurricane Florence, Trump said it was the wettest we have ever seen on the standpoint of water. Hands down, my favorite quote of him. Always makes me laugh. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of accidental ones that Trump does on accident, and they're just bangers. But I also think that a lot of them, he has ideas up his sleeve, and he knows that he's clip farming. He knows he's clip farming. He's the content president, bro. He's the ultimate clip farmer. So maybe the Marines happen to be taking a stroll through town. Bet all this crap will stop. I'll take a look. Let's see if is there Marines going down. Let me refresh this.
On to these incidents, but
this channel will have it if there are Marines. I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing people on foot for right now. Okay, so we have 2 Trump streams. Here's Trump. He was with like all these army guys. Somewhere, I don't know where he's at. He's at Fort Bragg. Okay. So he's at Fort Bragg, and then there's all these troops behind him, and he does like there's an hour-long speech from Trump from earlier today. There's also the Invest America round table. So there's that. There's an hour of that if we want to go over that. And there's also, here's a little message. Here, this was just for the stream. We'll check this one out. President Donald Trump welcomes America's newest citizens.
My fellow Americans, how exciting this is. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Today you receive one of the most priceless gifts ever granted by human hands. You become a citizen of the United States of America. What an honor.
What an honor.
It is with great pride and wisdom in so many different ways, because you have such great wisdom, that I welcome you into our national family. No matter where you come from, you now share a home and a heritage with some of the most exceptional heroes, legends, and patriots to ever walk the face of the earth. All of the triumphs and glories of American history now belong to you. You have it in your being. You have it like nobody's had it before.
This is a nice message.
With this sacred honor comes the highest responsibility. As you know, the American way of life is unique in all the world, and as Americans, we must fiercely guard it and defend it. In this country, we believe in hard work and merit system.
Facts.
And equality of opportunity. We believe in self-government and the fair and equal and impartial rule of law. And we cherish our liberty and our God-given rights to free speech, free exercise of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. This special American culture is now yours to preserve. Your freedoms are now yours to protect. Our entire nation is now yours to love and to help build, and we trust that you will do a fantastic job and make us very, very proud. Congratulations once again. God bless you, and God bless America.
That's a good message. I love it. Fuck yeah. That's there forever. That is in the archives. That's on the White House official YouTube channel. Unless some fucking idiot goes and deletes all that shit, which should be fucking treason. That's there forever, dude. They can't take that one away. It's a good message. I like that one. Let's see here. There was some interesting comments. One person said politics suck. I agree. That's why I just laugh at everything. Why be mad at everything all the time, you know? Like, even when something is aggravating, you just fucking laugh at it, bro. And that's how I deal with this. What's up, you mad bro? I see you in the chat. Beautiful message. I agree. It was a beautiful message. Trump shit talking is the best content? Hell yeah, it is. I love it, dude. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. I'm just here to be entertained. I can't control anything. I'm not in any control. I'm not control of shit, man. I'm just, I mean, we're all just like, it's a big hive. We're all part of a big fucking hive of movement. And there's like, no one's like, and the hive isn't aligned. So you just, wherever the hive lands is where you live, dude. So there's not a whole lot of control of the global destiny that I can have as an individual. So instead of worrying about it all the time, I just kind of watch and accept reality. That's what I do, you know, like, yeah, it's IRL reality TV show. I think it's the healthiest way to look at it, in my opinion, bro. I live my life every day not being angry, whether my president is in charge or not. You know, what I can control is my own life. You know, what I can control is what my future is going to be. I wanted to be a YouTuber. You know, I think I wanted to be a YouTuber since before YouTube even came out. I remember like buying a camera in high school, and I would like make these little videos with my friends. And I really liked this internet thing that I saw back then. It was called CKY. I remember some of you older people my age or older might know CKY. It was basically what CKY got like bought by MTV, and they turned it into like Jackass. So that's what Jackass ended up turning in. So before we had Jackass, we had the internet version there was no network. There's just some dudes that put it on the internet and it went viral on all the music stealing sites like Kazaa and LimeWire and shit. That's where it went viral, and everyone was watching it through torrenting. And because there was no YouTube. So that, like, when I've wanted to do this ever since I was that age. Now, a lot of years have gone by and I didn't pursue. I wish I would have pursued what I'm doing sooner, but it is always what I wanted to do. And so I ended up doing a lot of work, and then I ended up orienting my career to pursue being a YouTuber. And here I am, dude. I'm doing what I want to do. I made it this way. I made it this way for myself. It's what I wanted to do, and here I am doing it, you know, and it feels good. That's the control that I have, you know, and there's no guarantees either. Even with the control you have over your own life, there's no guarantees. Things can go wrong. So, I mean, that's why at the end of the day, I try not to get so upset about all the things I can't control. That's it, you know? Can't control it. Let's watch this. Or, okay, we already watched this one. Let's jump into this. I actually kind of want to do, I think this one's going to be more interesting. Let's see what he says here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Commander-in-Chief, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Sir Hungwell, what's up, man? I see you in the chat.
And I'm
want to. I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't want to get copyrighted. No. All right, I gotta fast forward. There we go. Yeah, do your thing. He knows how to own the crowd. Oh, it's still playing. There we go. Okay.
Wow. That's a beautiful sight, and it's a beautiful sight to be with you in a place called Fort Bragg. Can you believe they changed that name in the last administration for a little bit? But we'll forget all about that. Well, we're going to forget all about it.
Dude, this crowd.
Just say
this is a
God
good crowd,
bless
bro.
the U.S. Army and God bless the USA.
Yeah,
Great group. I want to thank so many incredible soldiers and paratroopers, pilots, warriors for that awesome display of pure, unrivaled American military might. I just saw something that was crazy. You don't want to mess.
This crowd is going to be great, dude.
Best. Nobody even comes close, but they just gave me a display.
This is going to be the best crowd.
You might be lucky not to see it because it's a little scary. It was beautiful to watch. Let's hear it for the Army Special Operations and Command and the 82nd Airborne Division and the 18th Airborne Corps. What a show it was, and what a show it continues to be.
This is Trump's favorite kind of crowd, bro.
Saturday is going to be a big day.
Different energy.
In Washington, D.C. You know, a lot of people said, we don't want to do that. I say, yeah, we do. We want to show off a little bit. You know, recently, other countries celebrated the victory of World War I. France was celebrating, really. They were all celebrating. The only one that doesn't celebrate is the USA, and we're the ones that won the war. Without us, you'd all be speaking German right now. Maybe a little Japanese thrown in. But we won the war. And we don't celebrate, but we're going to celebrate on Saturday, and we're going to celebrate from now on. We're going to celebrate our greatness and our achievements. This week we honor 250 years of valor and glory and triumph by the greatest fighting force ever to walk the face of the earth, the United States Army.
The best crowd. That's right. Thanks for the $2 super chat.
For 2.5 centuries, our soldiers have marched into the raging fires of battle and obliterated America's enemies. There's never been anything like it. There's never been a force like this. And I rebuilt it. I gave you so much money for 4 years. It was crazy. And we just approved our largest budget for military operations, over $1 trillion. We've never even come close.
Damn, dude. That's so much fucking money for the military. That's crazy.
But our army has smashed foreign empires, humbled kings, toppled tyrants, and hunted terrorist savages through the very gates of hell. Our soldiers do not rest until they win. You know that better than anybody. From June
this is a good speech, bro. Let's go. Get pumped up. I'm about to fucking re-enlist, dude.
Those foolish enough to challenge America's army
I'm gonna re-enlist,
with unyielding strength, unbreakable spirit, and unstoppable, overwhelming force.
I'm gonna re-enlist, and they're gonna have to make me a weight waiver though when I re-enlist.
Time and again, our enemies have learned that if you dare to threaten the American people, American soldier will chase you down, crush you, and cast you into oblivion. That's what happens, unfortunately. That's what happens. Doesn't sound very nice.
My smoke candy in the Marines if I go back.
Here will be the dueling howl of Black Hawks, the dead of night, the thunderous boom of artillery fire, or the ferocious roar of a U.S. Army infantry brigade charging over the horizon. That brigade is going to charge like you've never seen before. And hopefully I can keep you out of that, but if I don't, you're ready. Is that right?
Stand back up.
If I can keep you out of it.
My feet were hurting.
If I keep you out of it, that's okay, but if we need it, you're ready. You know, it's called peace through strength, isn't it?
Hell yeah,
Peace
that's what I'm
through
talking about.
For our adversaries, there's no greater fear than the United States Army. They all fear us.
The killing continue until you are peaceful.
And we have the greatest
That's all about it.
force anywhere on earth. You know, you read different stories that others are building and building and building. We have a force like no other. They said it would take 5 years to defeat ISIS. We did it in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. We let him go. Unlike other of your leaders, I let him go. And we had General Raisin Kane, who's now the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, because I liked him. He was a warrior. He was a great warrior. And now he's been rewarded for his incredible work. But they said it would take 5 years. So we did it in 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Someday I'm going to ask him to explain that one to me. But it was the television generals that said that. The real generals got out and fought, and nobody fought like them ever. But for the American people, there's no greater pride, because you are the righteous sword of American justice and the ultimate shield of American freedom. This week we remember that we only have a country because we first had an army. The army was first. In fact, the army was even before the country. You know that, right? 1 year before the country. After 250 years, we still proudly declare that we are free because you are strong. You are so strong. We're safe because you are brave, and America's flag will never fall because America's army will never, ever fail. Never going to fail. Every branch of the armed forces has played a critical role in protecting our nation. But no one has done more fighting, bleeding, and winning than the U.S. Army. Nobody's done that. The Army has earned more combat medals and more battle ribbons than any other service. And 70% of all of the medals of honor, we give away medals of honor all the time at the White House to incredibly brave people. But you have 70% of them, Army soldiers, and especially our Army paratroopers, truly go all the way. You know that expression, all the way. It's one of your beautiful expressions. As President of the United States, let me express my undying gratitude to our nation for every soldier here today, for every veteran and their families, those incredible families that are with us and all across America, and for every patriot who has worn the uniform over 250 years. Can you imagine that? We thank you from the absolute bottom of our hearts. Few places loom larger in Army lore than where we are gathered today. The one and only Fort Bragg. The one and only Fort Bragg. But remember, it was only that little brief moment that it wasn't called Fort Bragg. It was by the Biden administration, not Trump. I had nothing to do with it. We got it changed. We said, you know, I came here numerous times and everybody, they kept saying Fort Bragg, Fort Bragg. I said, you know, it's not the name, but then I was making a speech. I said, what do you think I should call this place? Call it Fort Bragg. I said, Fort Bragg, how you doing? We won a lot of battles from this place, and that's the way it is. It wasn't even close. When Pete and some of the generals came to see me, I said, not even close, not even close. This is the home of the Green Berets, the Sky Dragons, and the all-American 82nd Airborne. We know what 82nd Airborne Division. This is where the GIs who won the Second World War learned to pack their parachutes and push howitzers and go right into those C-47s with lots of arms and push them right out those big, beautiful doors and wield their bayonets and pry the enemy from the hedgerows of the French countryside. France needed us badly. We were there. A lot of people needed us badly. They still do, maybe worse than ever. It was here in this soil that the Army forged the medal that held strong at Bastogne. It was here the mighty paratroopers earned their wings before they rained down death from above to liberate Sicily, Normandy, and even the Netherlands. That's right. We saved the Netherlands. Every inch of this base is steeped in the legacy of those warriors who have said with pride, "Sir, I trained at Fort Bragg, sir." That was pretty cool. And that is why we restored the historic name of this very, very special place. I don't know if it could be the same place. Fort Bragg is in, that's the name. And Fort Bragg, it shall always remain. That's never going to be happening again. And for a little news for the fake news back there, the fake news, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell us about the fake news.
Oh, what I have to put up with. Fake news. What I have to put up with. But they're all right. They've been very nice today. They were impressed with that display, I can tell you that. I think it took them a little by surprise, but for a little break.
Yeah, one of them is a ZZ Top guitar.
Also going to be
Isn't that crazy?
restoring the
I didn't know it was in the box.
Fort Pickett,
it's
Fort
signed
Hood,
by ZZ Top.
Fort Gordon, Fort
That's fucking
Rucker,
sick, right?
Fort Polk, Fort A.P. Hill, and Fort Robert E. Lee. We won a lot of battles out of those forts.
Actually,
It's
I
no
just
time
realized
to
there's a
change.
box. That square box.
And I'm superstitious. You
That's
know,
the
I like
one
to
that
keep it
has
going,
like
right?
a certificate on it.
I'm
I'm
very
being retarded and I just
superstitious.
threw
We
it
want
like
to
it's
keep
trash.
it going. So that's a big story.
Oh,
We
you
just
keep it.
announced that today.
Don't
you
lick
for
the
first time.
guitars.
They said, why didn't you wait till Saturday? I said, I can't wait. I got to talk to my friends here today. This is a record crowd. You know, you never had a crowd this big. That's an honor. You think this crowd would have showed up for Biden? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
America's
I want to
very
thank
pro-Trump.
so many great
What's up,
leaders
buddy?
here today, including Secretary
boy.
of Defense Pete Hegseth, who's been great. By the way, Pete, thank you. Great. And he went through the wars, you know? Pete went through the wars. He had to get through a very hostile group of people that I think really don't want to see America be great again, maybe, or something. But he persevered, and he got there, and he's doing a fantastic job. Great job, Pete. Thank you very much. Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Doug Collins, a fantastic man. Thank you, Doug. You're doing a great job. Doing a great, great job.
Play us something
Way up
after
from
the
the
bro.
last administration, veterans administration.
I'll try. Those are all electric
Way up.
guitars. I don't
So
have a
recent
thing,
poll,
an amp.
People are happy. They weren't happy.
I'm putting them all on the
years
wall.
ago. They were really happy 5 years ago, but it went downhill from there. We did so much. We got you medical. If you had to wait, if you had a delay at all, you go out to see a private doctor.
I've got
We pay
the black
bill, you
lung
take care. You
pie.
don't wait for 6 months and end up getting very sick on something that could have been done with a little shot or a pill. We did that. Then they wanted to drop that. I said, we're not dropping it. But Doug, I'm proud of you. I just heard some great things. Thank you very much. The Secretary of the Army, a really brilliant young guy, went to Yale, can't have everything. Top student, Dan Driscoll. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. And we have your senators.
I want to see the crowd.
Senator
I want to
Ted
see how big the
Budd
crowd
and
is.
Senator Tom Tillis. Thank you, fellas.
I wonder if we can get a link to that.
Congressman Richard Hudson.
Biggest Nerdy says he's in some sort of argument in the Twitch chat. He says, I just want to read this because it's funny. He says, and calling me a liberal when I've literally said in chat I'm right. Bro, I don't know what's going on between you guys. I'm gonna let you guys figure it out, bro. You know, I mean, anybody that thinks whatever can be in my chat, you guys can argue away. But dude, that's happened to me so many times. That's happened to me so many times. Just because like you have like one fucking different thought, like, you know, maybe it's not like you can be righty on a bunch of things, but you're like lefty on like one particular thing, and you're a lib. You're a lib, bro. You know what I mean? Because like it's when you're trying to be reasonable when that happens. It's when you're trying to be reasonable. Like you, okay, like I mean, I'm a righty because I think the right is way better at money than the left is. You know, and I mean, what rules the world? Just saying. Just saying, it makes more sense. We'd last longer if we're better at money. Simple. It's ones and zeros. One side's the one side's the zero. One wins, one doesn't. One's success, one's fail. Bad at money, fail. Good at money, succeed.
Pat Harrigan, where's Pat? Pat, good, Pat. You're doing great. You guys are amazing. And we have the big brass. General Andrew Pappas. General, thank you. Thank you, General. Doing a great job.
Oh, I love this. The Weekly Slop says there's more soldiers without food, heat, and shelter sleeping on the ground than in his rally right now. That's how big his crowd size is. Okay, so I actually understand this like this point of view where someone would arrive there, but it would only come from someone who doesn't understand anything about like the military life. So I was in the Marines. I'll tell you, that looked comfy as fuck. Having a chance to even just sleep. All right. Sometimes they work your ass so fucking hard. You think that's bad? That's not how bad, dude. It's way worse than that. Especially depending on the unit you're in, bro. Like I was in an artillery unit and they're just so fucking hardcore. All right. I was in 0811 in the Marines. Bro, we didn't get to sleep on that. We had to sleep in the fucking dirt, dude. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like that shit's nice. And that's just being on a, like doing training. We're out in 29 Palms, or we go out in the field in Camp Pendleton and do all the artillery training. We sleep in the fucking dirt, dude. You know what I mean? Like those guys being able to sleep inside with all their shit, they're not dirty. That's actually nice. You know what I'm saying? And chow when you're out fucking doing training, bro. 29 Palms doing a fucking like month-long goddamn. It's like a little mini deployment. It sucks, man, because I just want to go. I want to fuck girls and get drunk, dude. And I'm out in the field and sleeping in the dirt. That shit sucks. It gets way worse than that, man. You think that's bad? That's nothing. That was nice. So I can understand people on the outside, especially you want to have like, you know, ammo for your argument on your side. I get it, but it's really wrong though. So it doesn't, you know, so it's. I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be, just to help you out, right? Just to give you like to understand the argument better. But it's like somebody I'm going to use sports for example. It's like somebody coming in that's new to watching a sport, and then there's somebody that like played that sport. They've done nothing but watch that sport their whole life, trying to tell that person how that sport works, and they know more about it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And then it's kind of silly. Like the people just don't understand because you've been around it so much longer. I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. Yeah, use that for the next time. I'm going to bring that one up because it's kind of, you know, it's kind of silly. It gets way worse than that, bro. Imagine like just going to Iraq or something, bro. That was even worse. Going to the field, shit. That shit sucked. But I mean, it's only a month, right? Going to Iraq, damn, dude. And they could extend your ass. You could be there longer than what you thought you were going to be. You know, and that's even dirtier, bro. Sleeping in fucking moon dust. Shit, and it's hot. Well, it's like over 100 degrees, like even at night. That sucks.
General John Braja. John, thank you. Great job. Thank you for today, John. General Greg Anderson. Thank you. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael Weimer. And before going further, I want to say a few words about the situation in Los Angeles, California. Have you heard of the place? Where I've deployed thousands of National Guard troops and hundreds of Marines to protect federal law enforcement from the attacks of a vicious and violent mob. And some of the radical left, they say, oh, that's not nice. Well, if we didn't do it, there wouldn't be a Los Angeles. It'd be burning today, just like their houses were burning a number of months ago. Generations of Army heroes did not shed their blood on distant shores only to watch our country be destroyed by invasion and third world lawlessness here at home, like is happening in California. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not let that happen. It's never going to happen. What you're witnessing in California is a full-blown assault on peace, on public order, and on national sovereignty carried out by rioters bearing foreign flags with the aim of continuing a foreign invasion of our country. We're not going to let that happen. Remember, millions of people were allowed to come into our country totally unchecked and unvetted by stupid people or radical left people or sick people. But regardless, open border policy, the dumbest policy yet. I would say even dumber than men playing in women's sports, transgender.
I don't believe everything Fox says, bro. Fox is fucking bunch of liars, man. I'm not like some like believe everything Fox says. I'll watch whatever I see, and then if I think they're fucking bullshitting, I always call it out. I'll be like, oh, okay. Like the lefties and the righties both do it. They both do it on their programs because they're trying to control the belief systems. You know, that's their like purpose. They're business machines that like try to control what people believe as much as they possibly can, and they're like warring with each other, and it's aligned with like political stuff. It's actually really interesting shit. It's like some shit out of a fucking comic book, but it's real life. But nah, dude, when I look at a lot of this stuff, even Trump, bro, Trump is like the other day, Gavin Newsom was like calling Trump a liar, and I'm like, bitch, it's a liar calling somebody a liar. Like, you're both fucking liars. And it's funny when you just kind of step back and look at it. It's like, okay, this is a liar calling someone else a liar to get not liar points, but he's still a fucking liar. You know what I'm saying? And like, so, I mean, I always say this, and I choose Trump. He's my favorite, but I say, pick your favorite liar. Pick your favorite liar. Trump's my favorite liar. That guy's full of shit. Bro, that guy's full of shit, but he's my favorite guy that's full of shit. That's the way I see it. Sometimes he's saying the truth. Sometimes he's not saying the truth. He picks and chooses when he wants to do that for his own personal, reasons and with what his agenda is. I don't know. I admit that. Right? But that's the way I see it. I'm not trying to tell anyone else how to see it. See it however you want. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to see it. I'm just watching.
For everyone.
I'm just watching just like you guys are.
Even dumber
Pick your poison, yeah.
They're hurling bricks and cinder blocks at law enforcement. Did you see they're breaking up the sidewalks and the curbs, breaking it up with big, strong hammers? These guys are professionals. These are not amateurs. They're breaking it up because they took the bricks away from them. They came in with bricks, red bricks, that they could throw at our military and at the police in L.A., who are very good, but they weren't aggressive like our soldiers. Our soldiers really were aggressive, but they all worked together. But they came in with bricks they were taken away, and they had hammers. Oh, wow, how did that happen? And they're pounding the sidewalk. I said, what the hell is he doing? And he's breaking it up and making it into concrete bombs in a way, and they're dropping them on our military. They're throwing them at our military. Pretty good arms they had, too. Hits guys right in the face. Big chunk of concrete, worse than a brick. They're taking them up to the bridges and they're dropping them in the cars that are going by. These are
the point. So I mean, I really, if someone wants to think my opinion matters, they can, right? I feel strongly about my opinions. I mean, everyone that sees the world, they think they're right. I think I'm right. But I've also kind of like and this was the most like liberating thing for me, is I stopped trying to have control over others and how they get to enjoy. I'm not a religious person, so I feel like, when you pass, like, it's kind of like the computer turns off. That's it, and that's terrifying. So I only get one shot, you know what I'm saying? And then so does everyone else, though. So, I mean, I'm not going to try and control like anything about their like path, what they want to go do, see it how they want. I get along with all kinds of people that see it completely different than me, if they're willing to, I just don't give a shit, bro. I stopped giving a shit. I'm trying to convince anyone else what to think. And so that's why I say, hey, here's how I see things. I lean righty on a lot of different things, but I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. Like, just think whatever you want, dude. Like, it's your own life experience has led you to see it how you see it, man. You have your reasons. That's all I need. You have your reasons. Hey, bro, there you go. Those are your reasons. I respect that. Those are your reasons. That's your life. Those are your experiences. That's the way I see it. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is all going to be in the past. This is going to be 30 years ago, dude. And we're going to be talking about something new. It's whatever. I'm just kind of gliding through, bro.
Animals.
I'm just gliding through and trying to be.
Carry the.
My goal is to be as literally as like not as upset as possible about all these things I can't control, and enjoy this one shot I got at life, and not interfere with anyone else's. You know, I don't want to interfere with anyone else's, you know, shot at their life and however far they want to take it, however hard they want to work, how little hard they want to work, what they want to believe politically, whatever the fuck, man.
Of other countries, but they don't carry the American flag. They only
Fence
burn
rider,
it.
fuck
Did you
yeah,
see
dude.
a lot of the flags
I have no
being
problem with
burned?
that.
They weren't being burned.
I don't want to be on a side.
People from our country or from people that.
You do it. You be on a side.
People that burn the American flag should go to jail for 1 year. That's what they should be doing. 1 year. And we'll see if we can get that done. We're going to try and get that done. We're working with some of your senators. I know Senator Josh Hawley is very much involved, and I know the 2 senators from here. I think you guys, are you guys in favor of it?
I didn't even vote, dude. Like, I'm not telling people who to vote for. Bro, if once I start telling people who to vote for, then I fucking win against everything I believe in. Yeah, no, I didn't even vote. I wanted Trump to win, but I didn't even fucking vote. I didn't vote the other 2 times either. I've never voted. Whatever you guys pick that you want, bro, I'll live in that world and I'll figure it out.
I got you. I got those 2 votes.
And I'm not going to complain about it
The
either.
agitators.
I never complained about Biden.
Bombs, Molotov cocktails, lighting vehicles ablaze.
Let's focus on myself.
Cars that were burning, mobbing police officers and ICE officers who are the toughest people you'll ever meet, and they love our country, and they're getting really they want to stomp on them, but they're too tough. They don't allow it. And attempting to infiltrate and occupy federal buildings wearing armor and face shields. The best money can buy, somebody's financing it. We're going to find out through Pam Bondi. And
you believe in nothing because you stand for nothing. I joined the Marines. I went to fucking war. How about that?
Department of Justice, who it is.
I'd do it over again. I wouldn't want to change my path. I'm really happy with like where I landed. You know, it was rough. The Marine Corps was rough, bro. That shit was rough. Bro, I joined the Marines, went to fucking war. What do you mean don't stand for? Did you do that? Did you do that? The word?
Already on it. Who's financing all this equipment? Very professional. Under the Trump administration,
Happy trees, baby.
This anarchy will not stand. We will not allow federal agents to be attacked, and we will not allow an American city to be invaded and conquered by a foreign enemy, and that's what they are. A lot of those people were let in here by the Biden administration. They just poured right in. They came from prisons, they came from jails from all over the world. They came from mental institutions.
Paying taxes gives you a right to complain even if you didn't vote. Voting equals an option, taxes equals mandatory. I mean, I agree with you, but like I mean, I just don't feel like complaining. You know? I just don't, you know what I mean? Like I can't control any of it. You know, it's all like, it's almost like as if it's in a different world, you know, like there's times when you can feel the impact of it. Of course, it's not like you're completely unaffected, but it's just seems it's so like nothing that, you know, I making my whole life about this stuff. Nah, dude, I just kind of like watching. And so like Homeboy was talking about influence, you know, and all that kind of stuff. If I can have an influence, it's just to let this stuff not bother you as much. No matter who's, if we were looking at Kamala right now, let's just fucking laugh, bro. She was fucking talking all whack and shit. And you know what I mean? We would just laugh at it. Instead of getting all mad, right? We could just laugh at it and it feels so much better. It's better quality of life. Good for your fucking heart rate, bro.
Were the leaders of gangs.
I need it, bro. I need the extra help on my heart rate. You know what I'm saying?
Allowed to come into our country. Their countries threw them out. Their countries would bus them or drive them right to our border and say, go in there. You ever come back, we're going to kill you. And we got them.
Weekly slot, maybe. Yeah.
I want to applaud
I'm not here to be like try and beef with anybody though, bro. If you're looking for someone to like, you know, get all upset with, I mean, I'm not interested in that. But if you just want to just not give a shit what I think, I won't give a shit what you think. But I will to a point where I'll understand you, bro. That sounds interesting.
The strength of the incredible troops who are right now standing guard to protect federal property and personnel and uphold the supremacy of federal law. That's what they're doing. They're protecting our ICE agents. They're protecting the police in Los Angeles. The head of the police in Los Angeles, a good man, I hear a good man, but he was actually saying we really did need this help. It had gotten away from them. It had long gotten away. And we gave...
He's in grandpa mode. This is my least favorite is when he's in grandpa mode.
Not only are these service members defending the honest citizens of California, they're also defending our republic itself. And they are heroes. They're in there, they're heroes. They're fighting.
Yeah, like I said, if I can set an example or something, it would just be to not let things bother you as much. And like you can understand someone else's way of seeing it. You don't have to agree with them. Just understand someone else's way of seeing it. Because when you understand why somebody sees something a certain way, I mean, I tend to get less mad about it just because I understand things. But maybe that's just me. I think it's a good thing.
They're stopping an invasion just like you'd stop an invasion. The big difference is most of the time when you stop an invasion, they're wearing a uniform. In many ways, it's tougher when they're not wearing a uniform because you don't know exactly who they are. In Los Angeles, the governor of California, the mayor of Los Angeles, they're incompetent.
You need to shorten Trump's speeches.
And
No.
they paid troublemaker.
No, you let him go as long as he wants. All right, we cannot time. No, we can't like play him off stage. No. That's the last person in the world you play off stage.
Agitators and insurrectionists.
You just deal with Grandpa
They're
Trump.
engaged in
Suck it up.
This
okay?
willful attempt to nullify federal law and aid the occupation of the city by criminal invaders. That's what it is. They're invaders, no different. Their position is that the rioting will not stop unless ICE withdraws from Los Angeles and ceases the enforcement of federal immigration law. In other words, they came in here illegally. Many of them came out of prisons and jails, the most heinous people. They came from all over the world. They came from the Congo in Africa. They came from Asia. They came from the prisons of these places.
Yeah, I mean, he's mixing in bullshit with reality right now. That's what he does. He mixes them up really well. That's why it sells so good. Right? I mean, all right, hey, Trump supporter, but hey, he's mixing up bullshit with reality right here. You know, he's sensationalizing. Right? It's like like when the headlines are extra, right? Like there's what really happened, and then there's like what the headline is saying, you know? He's doing headline right. That's what he does. Right? Hey, pick your favorite liar. Trump's my favorite liar.
They were put into the United States and allowed to stay here because we had a grossly unfit president who listened to whoever was operating the auto pen. And they allowed these people to stay. And by the way, I've known this guy for a long time. He was never the sharpest bulb. But you know what he was? He wasn't a radical left lunatic. He never dreamt about open borders. He never said that when he was of sound mind, which actually was a very long time ago.
I mean, he's sensationalizing a little bit because he's saying that like everyone that's there are like from these insane asylums and stuff. And it's like, maybe some of them are, you know, but like, you know, it is sensational. It's sensationalizing something that's true to a point and then like exaggerating it, you know, and that's the way he sells things.
So sad.
That's his method. It works. It's been working for fucking over 10 years.
Without question, however, you're seeing the financial numbers. We've now got the hottest country anywhere in the world. And 6 months ago,
I still don't understand what he means when he says we're the hottest country in the world. I've heard him mention this 3 times, and I'm so retarded. I still don't. Is he talking about temperature or fucking like place to do business? I feel like it's obvious. He means like place to do business, but I seriously still think because I'm that dude. All right, I'm not the smartest person. I don't claim to be. Okay, and I'm just a little. He's saying it again. I'm still stumped.
The coldest country. We're being laughed at all over the world.
Hottest country.
I was in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE. We brought back $5.1 trillion into our country. And all 3 leaders, they're great leaders, all 3 said, you know, you are presiding over the hottest country anywhere in the world. And they said the exact same thing. They said 6 months ago, it was the coldest country. I'll tell you, changed on a date. You know what?
Is this about climate change?
It was the election of a president
Am I stupid?
that loves you. And that's when it all changed. That's when it all changed. Within the span of a few decades, Los Angeles has gone from being one of the cleanest, safest, and most beautiful cities on earth to being a trash heap with entire neighborhoods under the control of transnational gangs and criminal networks. It's horrible what's happened.
I got to comment on this. The guy who steals other people's content and tries to say it's his. Hey, my wife literally right now next to me, she full-time every day. She helping me out. We reach out to everybody. And we get permission.
As the entire world can now see, uncontrolled migration leads to chaos, dysfunction.
We got a whole ass system for it.
And disorder. And you know what? They have it in Europe, too. It's happening in many of the countries of Europe. They don't like it when I say it, but I'll say it loudly and clearly. They better do something before it's too late. Very simply, we will liberate Los Angeles and make it free, clean, and safe again. It's happening very quickly. The one big, beautiful bill, you've heard about it. We call it the one big, I was on one of the television shows.
Can't believe we're listening to his rambling again. But here we are. I can't look away. I'm watching just like you.
I think deface the
Here
nation.
I am watching
Ladies
it
and
again.
gentlemen, deface the nation. It's actually called Face the Nation for those
It's
of you that are
interesting. I
smart
don't know.
enough not to
It's
know.
crazy.
You're better off
This
not knowing.
is real.
But I was on one of the shows.
Not even a year has gone by yet.
And I said, we got to get a great bill. They said, would you like it to be one bill or would you like it to be 7 or 8 bills? They said, I want one big, beautiful bill. And the Republican Party liked that statement. They call it one big, beautiful bill. So that's good. And that's what it is. It's great. And it's currently before Congress. It provides all necessary funding for ICE, for Border Patrol, and for the Department of Defense. And I told you at a level that we've never had before, over $1 trillion. We better
Like
get
watching
that
a
bill
crash. It could be.
approved. Otherwise, your helicopters and your...
I like Trump and I wanted him to win, but you never know. He could fail. He could fail. There's no guarantees with anything, bro. The craziest shit could happen. Like the craziest things have already happened, and it just keeps happening, and it could get crazier.
Your plane.
Like, do we forget? Like they tried to assassinate him. That whole fucking situation.
And your equipment's going to start to look a little
Things
bit
are just
old,
crazy.
General. You better
The
push
story
your
is
favorite
insane.
Congressman, you better push your these
American
two
Game of
senators. I think
Thrones.
they're in good shape, however. But we got to get it approved, and those congressmen by you are all 100%. I don't even have to talk to them. They've been so great. So I want to sign this into law immediately, and with the signing, so many great things will happen to our country. No tax on tips. Think of that. No tax.
I see you, Paul.
Seniors on Social Security. No tax on overtime. They're going to pay for themselves.
No tax
And
on
if you get a
overtime.
car, and if you borrow money to buy the car, we're going to let you deduct the interest payment if it's a new...
Hey, is this fucking... Hey, what about super chats? That's a tip, right? Does that count? Do I have to pay for my super chats? I've been wondering. Yo, dude, is that shit tax-free?
Car made in America. Only if it's made in America. If it's made in Japan or China or any place else, we're not really interested in your deduction. I was elected winning all 7 swing states, the popular vote by millions and millions of votes, and all counties throughout America by 2,750 to 525. That's what I call a big number. But this is a mandate from the people to restore the sovereign borders of the United States, and that is exactly what we're doing. Not only the borders, the financial institutions, and our country itself. We will not be deterred, and the mob in Los Angeles or anyone else, anywhere else, will not succeed. They don't even have a little chance. And I will be calling you early.
Legion, yeah. Yo, just imagine if that assassination was successful. That wouldn't have been good. I think, maybe I'm out of line saying this about the lefties, but I think even lefties could agree that like if Trump got assassinated, that would be terrible. That would be bad. That's worse than him winning. That would be insane. That sounds terrifying, but not you. Okay, I'm not trying to speak for everyone. You know what I mean? I could be, like I said, I could be out of line, but that's the way I think you should see it. You know, like just to be honest, that's how I feel at least. You know,
early, as I see this happening, because in theory, I guess you could say a governor could call, but they don't call. They let their city burn. Like in Minneapolis with this guy who ran for vice president against JD. That was a good debate, JD against this guy. Remember how bad he was? That was I said, JD, there's never been a man like you're competing against. This is the worst. I think he's running for president too, can you believe it? But he's a radical left lunatic, and I'll never forget in Minnesota, that city was burning down. Minneapolis was burning down. It was going to burn to the ground, and he wouldn't call the guard. And I waited for a long time, and I called the guard, and I saved it, but I wish I would have called it the first day. And I said, you know, if this ever happens again, because I was thinking about running because the election was rigged and stolen, we all know it. They said, we're going to run again, and if I win, which I hope, remember, we're going to make it too big to rig. But we did. We won by millions and millions of votes. So beautiful to watch. That was such a beautiful.
I'm like
9:02 in the evening.
He lost me, so I'm just trying to like recalibrate. Where are we again? Okay, we're all right. Focus. Where have we landed?
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is projected to be the winner. I said, well,
he pardoned, did he?
You think that was easy? I don't think these ladies from North Carolina think it was easy. You know, they followed me. I don't know what happened to their husbands. They're married to very nice people, but they've been to, 138 rallies.
Mostly peaceful eating, yeah.
And they're from North
Freedom
Carolina.
bricks.
It's nice that we have one nearby finally, right?
Or peaceful bricks.
They go all over the country. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're great. They're North Carolina, beautiful, wonderful woman, and we appreciate it. Like 130 rallies.
I think that does work. Discord.
Are your husbands satisfied with that? Are they okay? Oh, here he is. He showed up. One of them showed up. That's great. Congratulations. Great women, actually. The great patriots.
My
We will
bot is
use
like super
every
slow.
asset at our disposal to quell the violence and restore law and order right away. We're not going to wait 7 days and 8 days and wait for a governor that's never going to call and watch cities burn. And let me tell you, if we didn't do this, Los Angeles would burn. It would be burning to the ground right now, just like the houses burned to the ground just a few months ago.
Damn,
and the only flag that will wave triumph.
Those are some cold ass words, bro. I gotta say, holy shit. You just said that. That's wild. That's a clip, dude. I need to make that a short. Like, I'm stream markering that. That needs to be a short. That is a whoa. That is awesome. That's a great clip. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm making that into a short, man.
The streets of Los Angeles is the American flag. So help me God. The American flag is the one that's going to wave triumphantly over the streets.
Is that bot not working?
And
Let
now
me put my
let's get
Discord.
back to the true reason we're here today, celebrating 250 years of unbreakable Army courage. This week we commemorate not just the starting point in Army history, but a turning point in the history of the world. That's how important it is. When the Continental Congress created the Army and appointed its first commander, name happened to be George Washington. Has anybody heard of him? George Washington. Are you okay, darling? Are you all right? Yeah, take your time, please. Doctor, please. Doctor. Doctor in the house. Thank you. Thank you very much. These are great people. They've been waiting here a long time.
Oh, someone fainting?
And also, you know, we want to give them all the time they need, right? Thank you very much.
Somebody probably fainted. It happens in these formations, bro. They make us stand so fucking long when we're in the military. Bro, and now I'm doing it to myself on purpose. I got a fucking standing desk because I'm dying in a chair. So, I mean, I'm like sitting here complaining about all the standing because I remember like the way I thought about it when I was in. But now that I'm older and I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going to like die if I don't like take care of myself. So we should probably not sit in a fucking chair the rest of my life. And now I'm like, yeah, dude, I kind of like standing. This is nice, bro. I'm like doing it voluntarily. Kind of funny. When I was in, I fucking hated standing. They made us stand for hours in formations, just waiting to tell us like, all right, you guys can go.
Greatest people in the world. They are amazing. Amazing. Oh, good. Thank you very much.
Yep. They got her. They're going to take care of her. Hydrate. Yeah, dude, I need to hydrate. I drank all my water.
Okay, honey. Thank you. Beautiful young person. Beautiful young person. We have a lot of young people. You know, they have. We won young people, old people, and everything in between. It's sort of nice. Remember, they used to say, but Trump doesn't have the young people. We won everything.
There we go. Back to bragging.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Great job.
He immediately starts bragging. He had to fit in some bragging, bro. Oh, I love it. That's so fucking funny. Wow. Yeah. It hasn't even been a year, dude. There's so much more. Someone said, what did Trump do for you? He's the content president. All right. I'm doing all right because of him. Thank you, Trump. Hell yeah. No, dude, that was hilarious.
When the Continental Congress created the Army and appointed its first commander, General George Washington, they sent the fierce spirit of a free nation into battle under a rallying cry that echoes to this day, give me liberty or give me death. Have you heard of it? Quite a beautiful statement. Think of what that means. Give me liberty or give me death. I know exactly what that means. Just 3 days after the birth of the Army, the great patriot, founding father, Dr. Joseph Warren, was on the front lines as a soldier.
Back to the script.
Stood totally outnumbered and outgunned at Bunker Hill. They had a group of soldiers against them that was supposed to be, in that day, unbeatable. Warren's mother had begged him, son, please don't do it. She said, please, please don't do it. Don't risk your life for even the patriot cause, please. And he replied, wherever danger is, dear mother, there your son will be.
No, he's president. Yeah.
I will either set my country free or shed my last drop of blood to make us so beautiful. So the words.
Yeah, my dog did get an operation.
At Bunker Hill, Warren kept his vow, fighting and fighting and fighting.
He was part of Operation fucking hurt his foot running around in the backyard. So we have to keep him from licking it so it can heal.
Fighting and loving his country until he fell, drenched in blood, and gave his life at the very young age of 34. Exactly 250 years later, we are joined by Dr. Warren's great-great-great-great-great-grandson, and it's 7 generations down, and now an Iraq war veteran, retired Army
Any good riots going down?
Scott
Let me see.
Warren is here with his daughter, Sergeant E5 Carrington Sanders of Fort Irwin. I want to just, where are you? Where would you be in this big crowd? Thank you very much. What an honor.
Let me see.
What an honor.
Let me see what I can find, see if anything crazy's going down.
You look great, too, by the way. You really look great. Thank you very much. What a great family. But you carry in your veins the love and devotion of a martyr for American liberty. Please stand. Just put that hand up once more for the people because they want. Thank you very much. You're looking good. Looking good. Good genes. Good genetics. Thank you both. Thank you very much. The life of a soldier is not just a job. It's a calling and a sacred tradition passed down from father to son, brother to sister, and one generation to the next. At every hour of danger, our noblest citizens have answered that call, kissed their loved ones goodbye, and run to the sound of guns. You run to the sound of guns. You're running right into them. You're going to win. When the British tried to reconquer our young nation in 1812, 1,000 Americans at Fort McHenry fought off a British invasion fleet, 5,000 strong. They say it was unstoppable. Lieutenant Francis Scott Key, you all heard the name, watched from Baltimore Harbor as the Army kept
Curfew
Old Glory
takes effect
flying
soon, so that's
high.
what we have to wait for.
Many people died. Deeply inspired, he wrote a poem in tribute to Army courage and American pride, known today as the Star-Spangled Banner, or our national anthem. Great. 8 generations later, we're joined by a descendant of Francis Scott Key, who has spent 2 decades in uniform, Major Kyle Key of Army National Guard fame.
I'm getting all
Please.
the angles, baby.
Major, where are
Thanks
you?
for reminding me. I should prep all this. We could still listen
Thank
to
you.
Trump. Wait,
Thank
can
you.
I do like picture-in-picture
Looking good
mode?
too. What's going on here? These guys they all come from a very fine strain of blood. That's
It
great
doesn't come with
genetics
you?
is right. Thank you both very much. Major Key, thank you for helping to keep this incredible land of ours free and the home of the brave, and that's what it was. Through the decades that followed, the Army conquered the great frontier, won the war that restored our nation and broke forever the chains of slavery. A generation later, the Army's Rough Riders stormed up San Juan Hill with Colonel
Hey, dude, I leveled up.
Theodore
I just figured out
Roosevelt
some dope shit for the stream.
and swept the last foreign empire from the
Bro, I feel so
American
smart.
hemisphere.
Look at me, I'm pro streamer now.
Forever swept. In
Watch
World
this.
War I, our doughboys fought bravely in the Valley of the Marne and in the Argonne. There in 1918, a devout Tennessee Christian named Alvin York, you know that name?
Huh?
Charged
that
across
only works
an open
good on the
field
short
towards
stream, not on the
German
mainstream
machine
shit.
guns. They were firing at levels
I just
at
realized,
that time
for
that
shorts it
nobody
looks
had
good.
ever seen before. They were knocking down everything
Whatever,
in
it's
their
right
way,
there.
including giant trees were coming down. The enemy mowed down more than half of his platoon.
There we go, that's not so bad.
Immediately, the platoon
Can I do more than one at once?
was going down like
I want to try it.
nobody's ever thought possible. But York pressed on into the jaws of death. He slayed German
only
after
do
German
one.
and returned with 132 prisoners from behind the enemy lines. And he had the option of killing
There we
them,
go.
and he didn't want to do that. And that's okay, isn't it, right? It's okay. But he brought 132 back. And his actions and the actions of that great day, that crazy but great day, Sergeant York earned
Interesting. There we go.
the
Look at that.
Congressional Medal of Honor and
That's
became
cool.
one of the most famed and decorated heroes of the First World War. Very famous, actually, because of the movie that was made. And we're joined today by Sergeant York's grandson, Army Colonel Gerald York. Gerald?
Put Trump top right.
Thank you, Gerald.
Okay, I'll try top right.
Thank you very
But
much.
it can't be all the way top right, so it has to be right there because of the shorts, because I'm doing like a vertical thing.
Great honor to have you. Thank you, Gerald.
So for the short stream,
At his
for it to fit, it
grandfather's
has to go
funeral in
there.
1964, Gerald was
No,
told
it's
by
one or the other,
the
or right in the
command
middle.
sergeant major of Fort Bragg that it was about time he joined the Army. And he volunteered
We
for
built
combat
this
in
country.
Vietnam and gave the Army 31 of his best years. No, I think your best years are right now. You look very good. Your best
I
years
honestly
are right now.
think
Keep it going.
that,
but Colonel York, we
this-
salute you. We salute your family and the fame and the bravery.
I'm thinking of just kind of ending this early and look at the riots. Sorry, Trump. I'm bored of the speech, bro. I'm going to move on. I want to see some action.
Context here.
There we
You're
go.
just now joining
Let's
us
move
right
on to the
now
battle
us,
for
but
Los
also
Angeles.
Following the very latest as multiple protests have broken out all over the country. This one happening right now.
And we can still use that picture in picture so we can actually
this
like
started apparently
switch
at the
between
California
things.
State Capitol today, as this was an event calling for immigrants' rights, announcing solidarity with demonstrators as well in Los Angeles.
Interesting. What if I do this one? I want to test picture in picture with this. Oh, let me just stream marker.
With those protesters in Los Angeles.
How do I do it? Right here, right?
But at 8 p.m. local time, our affiliates there at Fox 31 in Denver say that they saw Denver police
What? Where'd it go?
begin to deploy crowd control gas.
I can't do this one picture in picture?
So
Let me refresh it.
we're keeping our eye on this here on Live Now from Fox. Watching as this protest heats up there in Denver.
There it is. All right, so we could put some helicopter footage here.
This is the second ice.
Look at that. We got helicopter footage. That's sick, right? Look at that. Moving up in the world, man.
In a press release where this protest was organized by, the group said that people are not backing down, saying that they want to show support.
Your Discord
to the
server
people
hit
of
30K.
California
I actually was
protesting
higher. I
against
was at like
immigrant raids
36K. I've been losing members for a while because I haven't
So the
been
Denver
promoting it
Police
enough. But
Department has
now that I'm
responded.
streaming,
They
I think
said
I'm going to promote my
that they are
Discord a lot
aware
more.
of the
Speaking of which,
protests that are
join
happening
the
there
Discord,
in the city,
motherfuckers.
saying that safety
I'm just going to remember
is
to
the
shout
top
myself out.
priority at this point.
Got to upgrade my... Yeah, join the Discord, motherfuckers.
So
Join
we'll
it.
continue
Get
to
in
keep
there.
our eyes on this protest as others as well are happening around the country. Wanted to bring that to you because it was heating up there for a moment, but like I said, we've seen this all throughout the weekend over the last 5 days as these protests have been going on. There will be moments where there'll be
There's just some ground footage right here of what's going on. See, it's like way less crazy shit going on each day. We'll have to, now that there's a curfew, we'll see what happens with the curfew. Far right top messes with the phone stream stand. Does it? What if we're on like top like that, or let me see. What if I put it like right there? That's not so bad. Or right there's not so bad. How about right there? That's not so bad. Is that better for you guys on phones? This footage from last night. Yeah, so this is like the current ground footage that I found. I'll see if I can find some more. It's just that it's tiny, but under top right. Here, I'll flip it to this instead. There we go. I'll do that. There we go. I mean, that's not so bad. Let's see if I can get some audio from this. Here we go. Oh, doing commercial break. I'm gonna turn off the helicopter sound. I'm gonna do some James Bond music. There we go. Yeah, we'll just wait to see what else pops up. But I'm gonna look for some. I'm like looking for. I think there's gonna be like some kick streamers. There's gonna be people that want to get some kick content when the sun, especially when the sun goes down. I'm just wondering, are people going to hang out past curfew and like what's going to happen with that? I don't think that anything's going to go crazy. Like the thing that would make them riot more is if they keep trying to deport people, like the ICE agents go in there and do shit. ICE left, like they're not really doing anything, right? Like if ICE is trying to get, like that's what would cause more, because then that's what triggered everyone in the first place. Oh, did this one end? Oh, they have a different feed. Oh, they're replaying the mayor shit. Yeah, I'm not seeing any streams yet, at least any that have a lot of views. I'm gonna have to go down in the lower view streams to see if there's anybody on the ground streaming. Sometimes they just don't have a whole lot of views, like no one's clicked on it yet. Yeah, I think this is one of the only ground feeds. Like, so even the amount of feeds are disappearing.
Don't need water yet? Got my pickle juice?
Oh, here's somebody. This is John Hicks. Somebody was telling me about this in the Twitch chat. And okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening, dude. I thought you were like, yes, sir. I didn't know that you were telling me to watch that because it'd be good footage. I didn't realize. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, John Hicks. This guy's got a lot of. Oh, he's got like good footage of on the ground here. John Hicks on YouTube.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
He said he's from Minnesota. Looks like he's in LA. There we go.
Anyone in chat know what the brand Hellstar is?
Nice. So he's just kind of chilling. He's got an angle of people walking on the streets.
Not the most fashionable guy, but the owner of Hellstar.
Yeah, see, it's like, look at these people that are on the street here. Like, it's a bunch of like fucking, just like, I don't know. There's not that many. There's not very many left. Like, everyone's kind of letting it go and going home. It's less people each day, it seems. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, see, there's one angle pointing towards the people that are like going with them, and then there's one camera angle of you seeing the people pass by. So this is kind of going with the herd angle right here. Live feeds shouldn't be stopping. I think there's just less people like there. It's like there's just less and less people showing up each day, and that also includes the amount of people streaming it too. Yeah, people are like going home and doing other shit, streaming other things, I guess. I gotta say, ever since the LAPD got involved, it's really, the law and order has really like started the show. You know, like they got things under control pretty good. He rides his bike around. Yeah, I'll keep him up as a feed that pops up. Always make sure let you guys know. Yeah, so there's another feed if you guys want to just watch that other feed. There's John Hicks here. He's got a bunch. He's got like 14,000 people watching him. He's got a good angle. We'll pop like around. I'm just going to be going in and out to different feeds. All right, like I don't want to just main on his feed, but I'll pop in there every once in a while if something interesting's happening for sure. And I'm gonna see if I can find more feeds too. Let's see here. ABC, that's our aerial view that we have. Associated Press, then there's Fox. They don't really have a ground view yet. New York Post has a ground view. There we go. So these people are in a different area. They're just kind of standing there. I think Reuters has that same camera view. Here's another on the ground. Fox Houston. Maybe we have this feed already. Let me see. No, this is a different feed. This is going with the protesters as well. Okay, we have a couple of feeds. There's still some feeds, but there's nothing. One thing that's, I think one reason why there's less streams happening, and just think about this as a it's not some conspiracy. It's the less interesting things there are to show, the less interested streamers are going to be in streaming it, myself included. Okay, that I'll be the one that's honest with you. All right, the less interesting shit there is, then there's the less that we're going to be interested in streaming it, the less people want to watch it, the less people that are going to be showing up to see the chaos. And so it appears to be these riots. It seems like it's mostly been protesting today. They are really winding down. What is going on with this car? There's this car that's like going through the crowd. What's up with this shit? Oh, they're fucking it up. Being chased. What's going on with that?
Hitting that car with their batons. But we do know
they smashed the window out. I saw that.
Our local partners there in Chicago. Dane Placco, the reporter, said,
did they turn in the wrong way, or what happened?
For those in the streets, but it was unclear if anyone was hurt by the car. But of course, people see they're jumping out of the way.
Huh.
And
that's
so
crazy.
The reporters there at Fox 32 said that the group of people
what happened with this?
Were there in the street protesting, but the driver of this maroon car appeared to be irritated that they couldn't get through the streets because of all of the protests.
Okay, is that it? I mean, that's the most like obvious answer, I
But
guess.
afterwards, a group of people were seen attending to what appeared to be an older woman who was on the ground after that car sped through. It's unclear at this time, though, if she had been hurt by the car. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Watching the same video on the ground as this happened, saying that folks were diving out of the way. The person was shouting, but they kept barreling through the crowd. So it's unclear at this point, according to our partners there at Fox 32, if any.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? He didn't like hurt anybody, so maybe it was someone who's just super annoyed.
In from Chicago, as those protests. Our eye on all of these protests as
it keeps unmuting
in multiple places.
Stay muted. Love the James Bond. Yeah, dude, it keeps unmuting. What is going on with that? That's crazy.
By officers with his hands behind his back and appeared to be handcuffed. So we'll keep our.
Huh. Wild.
With us.
Brush that tab. Mute. Okay, now I can't do picture in picture. What? Is it because it's muted? Okay, I guess so. Now stay muted, bitch. No! Why are you doing this? Haha. See if that works. YouTube censoring? I don't know what you're talking about. I should be good, right? Yeah, it's I mean, let's see, what time is it going to be dark in LA? Sun goes down in what, like an hour and a half? Sun's starting to go down now. Los Angeles is a third world country. I mean, for like a little bit it was in like one little area. Yeah. Nah, people were doing some fucking gnarly shit and like throwing bricks at cops and shit. Lighting cars on fires for sure. YouTube would never censor anything. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but YouTube's pretty good balance between a safe place for advertisers and freedom of speech. It's not like full on freedom of speech, but it's a balance that they've found that it can exist as a business model for them and the creators and the advertisers. So from an industry perspective, right? From the creator industry perspective, I think that they have the best balance out of all of the sites so far. Hopefully they continue to improve it. But yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, no, they censor things, but they're completely profit motivated for the most part. There's not a whole lot of like ideology stuff that runs YouTube, and like my argument for that is everyone who's a righty that it can exist on YouTube and say what they think. All right, now they have like certain guidelines, like there's slurs and all kinds of shit that you can't say, and if you do, like they'll give you like warnings and stuff, but eventually you do it too much, then they'll ban you. I got some real MSM puppets. Hey, whoever wants to be in the chat can be in the chat. I'm not here to tell anyone how to see it. I'll say what like political side I'm in or leanings I'm on, you know. I'm not really like I'm not like, I don't identify with like a party or whatever. But like when it comes down to like a side that's going to have power and you have to pick between one of two, I could pick one and say I would prefer these ones to be in charge. depending on the team of people that it consists of, you know, and what they're about, I guess. But nah, I don't really give a shit that much about it. I'm just watching. You know, like if there's, I see people get riled up about this shit all day long, and it's like we've all seen it, dude. It consumes some people's lives. It's crazy. So, you know, I just try and kind of have more of a chill outside perspective of it. You know, I'm not trying to let it bother me. You know, like that dude, like we just saw spray painting on the wall just now. I don't give a shit. Whatever, bro. Dude, spray painting on the fucking wall. What am I gonna do about it, dude? I'm over here. I'm at my house. This is in LA. This is LA's problem, bro. LA's got to take care of this. And it looks like the LAPD is. I think the LAPD is. They're handling it. It's like there's a lot of graffiti and damage and stuff, but it's less and less each day. And yep, there's the line of police. There we go. They've reached the line. So they're just kind of containing it in the small block area. So they could kind of, I see what they're doing now. Let's pull up a map of downtown LA. Map of downtown LA. Hold on a second. Oops, not Las Vegas. Downtown. Downtown Los Angeles. Where's like the I'm trying to see where they are at right now. So here's the 101, here's the 110. Okay, it's gonna be in one of these sections here. Most likely this one. Here's the LADWP. That's a water utility company. Downtown right here. Yeah, so I think what they're doing here, let me let's pull this up. Oh, this is a really good shot. We'll do this one. All right, so we're looking at downtown. We can even go on the street, right? So yeah, this is all like getting tagged up. I think this is pretty, like a lot of this is going to be the area, or at least in, oh, there's a mosquito right in front of me. Fucking die, bitch. I got my eye on you. Fuck. Missed. Well, you'll get me later. I'm not entirely sure if I'm in the right spot, but I think that it's... Oh, I need to go back here. Oh, we can kind of like half and half it. That's pretty cool. Oh, Little Tokyo. I think this is it right here. So this area right here on the map. This area on the map is where everything is going down, and the cops are just kind of containing them. I'm wondering what street they are on. Let's move the guy over here. Let's see. So yeah, this is like the area right here. Here's the Civic Center. Yeah, look at that. There's like a bunch of Lime scooters. I think we're getting close to like where it's at. I need to... I'll come back to that. Let's see if we can get some landmarks here. Okay, here's this building right here. Are there any markings that we can see? I'm not seeing anything. Oh, he's moving. Maybe we can see the street right here. Kind of blurry. Kamala is to blame for this. I mean, LA was her area, right? How was the barbecue last night? It was delicious. Hey, do you want to do again? Carne asada again? If I'm not too late? Yeah? Carne asada and rice? Rice? Huh? Okay. Alright. Bro, it came out so good. I'm never buying like pre-seasoned carne asada ever again. I'm just gonna buy skirt steak. I've never had carne asada that was that good. I've never had it. That was like the most fire carne asada I've ever had in my life. Guys, just buy like a good quality skirt steak if you do carne asada. Don't buy that packaged shit. It has this funky flavor to it. If you're used to it, you might not notice, but like once you've had like really good shit and you go back to it, you'll be like, oh wow, yeah, there's something else is there. I think that it tastes like the I'm like worried about this mosquito. I think it tastes like the cow was stressed when it died. Like something happened. Like it's just, you know, it's a low quality, very stressed out cow that was slaughtered, and it just made the meat taste like shit, like gamey or something. Making me suffer twice, bro. It was like decadent. It was really good. And all I did was just get a fuck ton of garlic and soy sauce, and I added some like Mexican spices. That was it. Nothing crazy. That was the marinade, and then I just like put that on it as it cooked too. Then I charred both sides and then cooked it till it was medium rare. And you got to eat it at medium rare, or otherwise it'll toughen up too much because of the type of steak it is. The irony of eating Mexican food during the protests and rioting. Oh, bro, I thought about that. Don't worry. Yeah, that crossed my mind. Yeah. That crossed my fucking mind, bro. And I think I'm going to do it again. I should live stream protests and then have change this camera for me that you see to my phone so you can see me get my coals ready. You see me shooting fire, and it's dark, right? So it'll be extra cool looking, and I'll be lighting up my coals, right? I use a little flamethrower to light them up. And then I have this do I have it on my desk? I don't. I have this little handheld like jet fan. This thing's awesome. It's great for airing out your computers and your desk and shit. But yeah, I have this little fan, and I use that on the hot coals, and it gets them ready like so fast, bro. You're not really chef minded. I'll make you chef minded. We can fix that. You honestly want Mexican food? Bro, Mexican food is good as fuck, man. Yeah, bro, cook stream with just protests in the background gives a solid mood. Wouldn't that be fucking funny? That would be hilarious. That's just barbecue, making carne asada, fucking... I can make, you know, we'll make tacos. I could make some quesadillas. I can make like burritos, chimichangas, taquitos. Bro, I can make all that. I'll make it all, dude. I'll just cook up some carne asada and we'll turn it into all those things. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Eating Mexican food while watching Mexican deportation, that's diabolical. I don't know. That's rude. That's just rude. The protests, I don't feel like it's as rude. Everyone loves Mexican food, bro. That's I don't know. That there's a free idea for one of you guys that wants to take it that far. Did you live stream the January 6th insurrection? No, I wasn't really doing a whole lot of live streaming during that time. I was doing YouTube. I had before that whole election wrapped up, I basically put down streaming. I think I put streaming down in, yeah, it was like in 2020, I guess. Yeah. When did I really slow down? It was around that time, and then I just started focusing on YouTube. It seems peaceful. It's pretty peaceful. Here's an overhead view. they're like, yeah, nothing crazy. Nobody's doing anything. They're just walking through the cars even, you know, like it's nothing crazy. What we're waiting for, if you want to see something crazy, would be when the sun goes down and the curfew hits. There's an 8 p.m. curfew. Or 6 p.m. What was it? 6 or 8 p.m. I think it might even be, yeah, it's early for me at least. So we'll see who listens to the curfew. That's what we're waiting for. Are people going to listen to it or are they not? I think there's going to be some people that don't, but how many? That's really a question. Curfew's in 15 minutes. Let's unmute and see what we got going on here with this.
Those were involved protesters on Commercial Alameda Street, near Commercial and Alameda. That's near the Federal Building. Another 67 arrests from that 197 were from protesters who got onto the 101 freeway today and then failed to disperse when asked to.
Chris, there's a curfew. It's smart to start getting control. They're doing the right things.
But we're not sure what their destination is, Chris.
Yeah, this is what remains of the bulk of...
They don't have a destination. They're just walking. This is it.
Today's protesters out on the streets of downtown.
This is it.
They are marching peacefully.
Yeah, they don't really have a direction. They're just the holdouts.
Street. However, they are going against.
They're just chilling. They're the last of it. What's up, Cirrus? I see you.
A little tenuous there when you see the mixture of pedestrians and motorists, but in any event, they are marching peacefully through downtown. My presumption is this group, in all likelihood, will be making their way, or at least many of them will be making their way back to
a cooking stream would be amazing with this for ambience. That would be the funniest shit ever, dude. That would be so fucking funny.
It looks like this group is going to continue marching down Olive, and we're going to continue
Mix cooking with politics.
Chris,
they get in the pictures.
Check in with you on the progress out there, but we do want to mention that Governor Gavin Newsom is expected to speak to Californians tonight at 6:30. This will be in response to the federal raids here.
Yep. Okay. Oh, there's they got their, what is that, like a little MRAP or whatever? Armored vehicle left over from the Iraq War. I'm confused on what protests are supposed to be. I mean, nah, dude. I mean, I know what this is. They're fighting. These are people. They're the holdouts on the whole. It was all like it was like a big snowball effect. It started with like people getting pissed because of ICE picking up some fucking illegals, and people started fucking like throwing rocks and shit at these vehicles. Like, you know, like it started with that, and it just kind of snowballed, and more and more people started showing up. There's I think a lot of different actors started kind of operating, you know, like there's people that are like, hey, this is fucking this is a peaceful protest, you know, let's organize for that. And then there's people that are organizing not for that, you know. There's a lot of different like players in it. I don't know who they are. I could just kind of tell that there's a lot of different things happening with that. You know, like some people are gonna drop off boxes of masks and shit, and sometimes bricks will be like laid out, you know. Like there's I mean, there's just all different types of people who see things differently, and they like, I think a lot of people kind of saw, oh, this is happening, and then everyone just kind of mobilized together. So it's a big mix. There's a bunch of people that didn't do anything wrong. They just see the world a certain way. They don't want ICE in the city, right? But they're not gonna go like throw bricks at cops or anything. But someone else, they're gonna be like, fuck yeah, bro, they'll go throw bricks at cops. It's a big mixture of a bunch of different people who see it differently all in one place. I know exactly what's going on here. Yeah, it's not like any one defining thing. That's what makes it so complicated to kind of explain if you're trying to like really put your thumb down on like why these people are there. There's a bunch of different people there that are there for different fucking reasons. You know? I mean, if you really want to put it down, I guess it would be like being against ICE, right? Fuck ICE. That's the general thing. But then there's like a bunch of other layers on top of it. There's a bunch of like fucking, you know, just people that are there for different whatever reasons. Maybe like the main reason why everyone's there isn't the reason why someone else is participating. They just want to be a part of the energy. Imagine feeling empathy towards illegal criminals. I mean, I'd never snitch on someone, but too many people did come into the country. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, government's gonna do shit. It's gonna be messy. I don't know what the plan is to actually like reduce numbers significantly like they want. But I don't know, dude. I could put myself in like all kinds of people's shoes, you know, and then also have my own position at the same time. Like, I'm from this bitch, dude. You know, like, so my position's gonna be from that perspective. The most clear summary I've heard, even from the political streamers with thousands of viewers. You know, it's like the more you lean in on one side and like really, it is a game of saying what people want to hear, right? So like if you look at streaming from like a pragmatic perspective, right? And you're just trying to get as many viewers as possible. And that's the mission. How do we get the most viewers possible? There are ways to do that. And especially in like politics, right? Okay, we're going to approach politics. How do we get the most views possible in politics? The best way is to pick a side and go hard on that side. That's how you do it. And that's the most lucrative, and that's the one that you see the most. It's harder to make. This is why, like, so I have other channels that are way bigger than this one. I'm just doing this for fun, but I'm keeping it separate from my main shit. This is actually my smallest channel. We just hit 100,000 subscribers, so I'm not going to say it's like it's small. I mean, I got another 100K plaque. Let's go, baby. You know? But here, I'll show it to you. They're a lot smaller now. My other two are bigger than this. They started making them smaller because all the shorts YouTubers like me getting too many of them. Yeah, no, I just got that. We had 100K on this channel. Yeah, this is my smaller channel. This is where I could show this stuff. I could say what I think, how I feel about it, or my biggest thing is just trying to really understand. It's like, bro, there's like, if you want to get involved in this stuff, then you can be all riled up about it all day, you know? But I choose to just kind of watch from the outside and then just let it, like, just watch the people kind of go at it with each other, you know? And I just kind of watch and be like, yeah, there's nothing I could do about that, you know? The thing, if there's like a political direction that I really like, if the most important thing I think is that out of the hundreds of millions of us in this country, we need to try and like cooperate with each other as much as possible, more than we have been. I think we're at levels of like not being cooperative with each other that, you know, they are not very good, and we should, you know, work on it. That's what I'm about. There's too many of us, dude. There's too many people on both sides. So we have to just, like, figure that out. We did it like in the past. It's just been getting worse every like decade. You diversify your influencer account. It's like working the stock market. Yeah, this is like politics. I can talk about this shit. I'm actually getting pretty good views on it with shorts, and I'm going to see if I can do some long forms, right? You know, I really like what Asmongold does. I like his formula. So like, I covered a bunch of shit today. I'm working with I have several editors. I have one person that's like doing all my shorts, and then I have one person that's taking all my lives, and we're going to turn them into videos. And they help me put together a docket. So there's like, I know all the shit to talk about. I covered all this stuff. Like, I have all these tabs open up here. We have the Marine stuff. We have what's her name? Like Bondi. She's talking about, we're going to arrest you guys, looting, Maxine Waters. I covered Asmongold, his opinion on lethal force. I disagreed, but I agree with most things he says. Let's see here. Trump on Newsom. Yeah, Trump and Newsom kind of going back and forth. I thought it was a funny feud. Then we did a little bit of a Trump stream. Then we're on to this. Those are our subjects for today. And I shot a bunch of stuff yesterday. So that's how I'm going to try and do my streams. I'm just going to, we'll have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We'll talk about them. That's why I keep saying stream marker, because I'm marking where we're going to edit. And then, and then we're just going to start packaging and putting them out. I got a fourth channel we're starting up, Stanimus Clips. So that's where you're going to get a bunch of like 1 to 3 minute videos of just stuff that I just cover real briefly, but I quick fired it on the stream, and we'll have a ton of videos launching over there just talking about everything that happens. Everything that happens every day, I'll have a clip on it. It's gonna be sick. I'm trying to take over, bro. Yeah, so I'm diversifying my shit like stocks. So we got the politics thing going on. We have a Stanimus Clips thing going on, live streams. Then we have gaming, and then there's my memes channel, my main channel, Stanimus. That building looks like a dick. That building got a dick and balls. Like real talk, bro. Look at this. That's a dick and balls building. You see that? I'm not the only one that sees that. Oh yeah, let's look at the guitars. You guys wanted to see guitars. Let me okay, let me full screen on horizontal streams. You can still see the footage. You know what? I guess I could bring that up over here. Hold on. I can actually do something about that. Let me pull this up right there. There we go, dude. All right. So we can keep the footage on the horizontal stream so you guys can see what's going on. But it sounds like yeah, we better check out these guitars quick because the protests are about to or the protesters are running out of time. What's it called? The curfew is about to start. All right. So some of these guitars I'm seeing for the first time right now. I haven't actually looked at them. I just pulled them out of a bunch of boxes and laid them out. This one is a Les Paul 100. So my dad sent me a bunch of these guitars, and they were from like musician. So I think that a bunch of these are from a band called. Hold on. Jefferson Starship? Starfish? Hold on. Jefferson Starship. I think a lot of these are from that band. My dad just sent these to me because he had like a bunch of shit in storage, and he sent me a bunch of stuff. He sent me that whiskey barrel right there behind me, and that thing, and those two paintings behind me. I just put it all on my wall. I was like, fuck yeah. And then he sent me these guitars. So I'm not like, I don't think it's like some sort of amazing expensive guitar, but it's from this band. Jefferson Starship. Yeah, is that good? I've never heard of them. Maybe I have. Maybe I've heard their music in like a movie or something. If they're like, are they famous? I don't know. So there's Jefferson I keep want to say Starfish, bro. Jefferson Starfish. So I might have to bust open some of that on Spotify. I haven't checked it out yet. Okay, bro. You're like, holy shit, that's good. Okay. So this one's not signed, but I have one that is. I have a couple that are. There's a one from another band too. So this one, it says it's for the hamsters. It's like these like rich motorcycle club dudes. They're all like the people that own all the motorcycle companies, like the Harley like aftermarket place. Jefferson Starship. I almost said fish again. 1973 to 1990. Lead guitar, Craig. It's in cursive. I don't know. I don't remember how to read cursive. Oh shit! Things are going down. They're shooting at people. I hear it. Craig, I think there's a Q in there. Rico, I'm not sure, but it's this, guitar. It's signed, and I'm gonna hang it up on the wall. Here's another. I'm not sure who signed this one. It doesn't really say. It doesn't have anything else on there. I'm not sure who signed it. I don't know if anyone recognizes that, but I mean, it could be something cool. It doesn't say. Maybe there's like oh, wait, there's stuff on the back. Matt? I'm not sure. Is this more Jefferson Starship? I'm not sure. I don't want to wipe it off or anything. It's literally just drawn on there with a marker. So it'll like wipe off. There's another one over there. It's not marked. Now, there's this one. This one right here. It's white. It looks pretty cool. It says Billy something, and then it says ZZ and then top. The ZZ top, Billy something. So nothing on the back. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say anything else. So, I was gonna take those and the video's in the way. These cops are starting to disperse everybody, but let's move this out of the way here. So over there on my wall here, I'll even grab on the short stream. Over there on my wall, I want to hang 2 guitars up. I'm not sure which ones. I'll just pick whichever ones look cool. But I'll have 2 of them up there, and then I'm gonna put the other ones in a hallway that's going that direction. They'll be along the hallway. I don't know. My dad sent me all that shit. He sent me a bunch of stuff. Billy Gibbons. ZZ Top. Alexa, turn on studio lights. Lots of sweet guitars. Thanks. I don't really play. I know some chords, you know. I can play some chords. I'm not like a big guitar guy. Neither is my dad. I know I'm more of a guitar guy than my dad is. Technically, he's never played. He played the trumpet. That's what he played. But yeah, no, I played a little bit when I was a teenager and learned some chords. You know, I could play a few songs. I never reached the ability to sing and play at the same time. I can't do one. I can't do both. You know, it's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy and jumping on one foot. I can't do it. Jefferson Starship. What's their, like, what would their music sound like? Those are worth money, possibly a lot. I mean, I'm just gonna put them on the fucking wall, dude. I mean, those paintings, I know about those paintings. Those are Eric Herman paintings. My dad gave me a bunch of them. Yeah. Let me switch gears back. Here we go. Yeah, no, I got, that's Dangerous. And then I'm not sure what that one's named, but it's a Jack Daniels, like, NASCAR painting. It's pretty sick. Yeah, he just sent me all the shit, and I was like, Dad, are you like fucking dying? And he's like, no. He's getting rid of a storage thing that he didn't want anymore, and it had a bunch of his shit in it. So, and he didn't have anywhere else to put it, so he sent it to me. I have this 7-foot wooden Indian in front of my house right now. It's this big, like, fucking 300-pound tree log that's been carved into an Indian and painted and shit. Oh shit, things are heating up. There we go. Cops are moving in. Oh yeah, everyone disperse. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, there's hardly anyone left. Yeah, LAPD is like masterclass. They took care of this shit. Immigrants welcome, ICE go home. I mean, I disagree, right? You know, like, I mean, legal immigrants, I agree, right? But illegal, I disagree. And, you know, I agree that we need to have law enforcement that deals with deportations. We need to have it. We can't just, like, let it go unchecked. But I agree with that guy having a sign and coming here and wanting to hold his fucking sign. By all means, bro, hold your fucking sign. Nothing wrong with that. You could think it's dumb. You could think it's a waste of his time. He should get a job or whatever. But it's still his goddamn American right to go hold that stupid fucking sign. And that's fine with me. You're sorry you subscribed? Hey, you know, I mean, at some point, I'm going to say something that pisses you off. That's the way it goes. You know, I mean, we're not going to... there's too many of you where I'm going to align with you on 100% of the way. So at some point, I'm going to say something that is not cool with you. And, you know, that's the way it is. It's all right. Legal immigrants are welcome. Illegal, no. Yeah. Yeah. Can't appease everyone. Yeah, you know, it's whatever. It's I accepted that a long time ago. Like, you know, that like I picked that up real quick. When I started blowing up, I picked that up real quick. I was like, oh shit, okay. And you just if I want to keep making videos, I gotta keep making videos though, so I can keep going. Don't you think it's ironic people are waving the Mexican flag around while rioting against us, sending them back to Mexico? It's definite. Well, they're not rioting against all those people holding Mexican flags are probably most likely American citizens or here legally or something. People that are here illegally, why the fuck would they do that? That's so stupid. Like, especially if they want to stay and they're not trying to get like caught. Like, why would they go here? This is all going to be people that aren't going to get in trouble for being here because they're from here. That, first of all, right? Second of all, it is a bad look. It looks stupid as fuck. Like the picture of that guy holding the Mexican flag on top of like, you know, in front of all the fire of the burning cars and shit. I mean, that's cool to some people, but the majority of people are gonna see it like, oh shit, that's not a good fucking look. You know? Yeah, no, like we need like American flags flying. And a lot of the lefties, even after those pictures started popping up, were like, yeah, bros, like we should probably like tone down the foreign flags and show American flags as you do this shit, dude. You know what I mean? Like, because it's such bad optics. So, I mean, that's my opinion on it. You know, it's they're not illegals. They're illegal, not dumb. Remember, okay? They got here. They made it here. They made it that far, okay? The last thing they're going to do after making it here is fucking show up to a protest where they're going to get kicked out. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I would stay the fuck away from this so I don't get caught. That's what I would do. That makes too much sense to me, bro. Like reality, you know, like don't fuck with that. That's why, like, there's even people that are participating in this. Okay. They're like being peaceful, whatever. They're holding the stupid signs. They're not going and fucking with the cops. They're participating in the legal part of it. All right. And they don't agree with the people that are fucking hitting the cops and shit. They're there to hold their fucking sign and go home and go back to work tomorrow, you know? There's a lot of those, and that's who mostly we were seeing today, a good amount yesterday too. At night yesterday, things went crazy, but not as crazy as the night before. I've been watching. It's been less and less each day. LAPD came in and fucking, yeah, stand your base. Thanks. ZZ Top is iconic. I know of ZZ Top. I've never heard of Starfish or fucking. Jefferson Starship. That sounds like that's a crazy ass name. It's a cool name. I just never heard of it. I thought it was like some indie band or something. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about America, bro. I'm all about America. I joined the Marines. I went to Iraq. I did all that shit. I got out. That was a long time ago. I'm old fat now. But I did all that shit. And, you know, I'm gung-ho for America, but, a new follower. You know, people should, if they fucking see things differently and they feel so strongly about it, fucking protest that shit. But also, don't fuck with the cops. We need law and order. We can't be burning shit down. You know, like, there's a lot, like, there's whatever, man. And there's a lot of people trying to, I don't know. There's a lot of people, like even myself, bro. Like, okay, look, I'm part of it. I'm part of the machine. Like, I'm streaming this because it's interesting. I'm streaming this because I've been getting really good views from it. That's why I'm streaming it, right? And that's what a lot of other, like, there's a lot of people trying to get a piece of this some way, somehow. There's, whether maybe they have a political agenda. If you have a political agenda, it doesn't matter all the different kinds, right? There's people from all the different kinds. They want a piece of this, just like I do. I want a piece because I want views. Okay, that's what I want. I'm just watching, just like you guys. I'm just like, you know, I'm wondering, is it gonna? This is the last night. It feels like if they don't cause any trouble tonight after the curfew, dude, it's over. You know, so I'm just waiting. Is it the last of the stand here? Is this it? I don't know. But we'll see. The night is coming. The curfew is in effect. Yeah, I'm just watching. Sold your soul for minimum wage, but won't do shit for it. You're talking to me? In Japan, vandalism's the death penalty. Well, you know what? Japan is different. They do things the way they do things. Grim Reaper, what's up? I see you in the Twitch chat. Hyper, I see you in the chat. We got a couple follows. Hyper followed, and the Grim Reaper also followed. Thank you. Oh, I got rated. Thank you for rating, homie. Appreciate you. It's Civil War. Nah, I mean, you know, there's signs maybe we're heading in a direction like that, but I would not support that at all, dude. We can't have no Civil War. That's nuts.
A new follower.
We can't do that. Papa Doc following on Twitch. Thank you very much. Yep. LAPD, LASD. Is that what it is? Massive arrests tonight. We'll see how many arrests there are. We'll see. They said they only had 200 so far. And that was earlier today from the police chief himself. There's 200 total arrests. That's it. So I would love to see that. Those are rookie numbers. I would love to see those numbers get pumped up. Yeah, we got this view of the cops here, and then we got like kind of like a blurry. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, we have like a blurry overpass view here. This guy's like on foot, I think. Yeah, even the camera people, they're getting the fuck out of there and just kind of watching from safe areas because they don't want to get arrested. Yeah, okay, I think these are like our three main views here. We have this one from Fox, this one from Associated Press, and then we also have another view from John Hicks. He's the little tiny view in the bottom. You guys want to see that one in big. Mr. Muppets. Yeah, I don't think it's not a civil war. It's just a riot, bro. And it wasn't even that crazy of a riot. Like these other riots were way crazier. This one is just in LA, dude. Like, so there's so much. It's like the prestige of it. This is an LA riot, and there was a lot of imagery and stuff. You know, a lot of views, very viral. The whole world saw it. You know, so it's like I think what makes it so exciting is the spectacle. Since it's LA, it adds to the spectacle of the riots. But you can have some riots in some Midwest town or city, or you know, like just anywhere in America where like someone else in the world wouldn't have heard of that city. Okay, but like they know of LA, they know of New York. Okay, they know of those. All right, they might know San Diego, San Francisco. You know, Miami. Miami's probably a big one. Okay, like people know of like the big ones. Okay, but like any of these other places, it could be like 10 times worse with the riots. But like there's going to be less people talking about it, like down there on the street. Maybe nowadays it's different, but just in the past, you would have like way less like streamers and stuff covering shit because I don't know. It's like this is LA. This is where like there's going to be a fuck ton of streamers, dude. They're all here. It's, you know what I mean? That's why I think that a lot of this is like, even though the riots, like comparatively the damage, it's mostly a lot of tagging. There's a bunch of vehicles that got their high dollar. All right, there's probably some buildings. There was looting, but like the level, like where was that one where they burned down the police station? Right, like that's fucking crazy. They didn't burn down no police station. I'm just saying. So it's kind of been not that. I've been watching the whole time. It's not been comparatively. It's weak, and I'm kind of bummed out because I wanted to see some fucking chaos, but it didn't happen. Not as much as I wanted. Not as much as I thought it was going to be. And I'm just being honest. You know, I know a lot of people want it to be like so much worse than it was because it's like, it's good argument points, but like I'm looking at it with my own eyes, and it's been mid. It was a mid-ass riot, bro. I wish it was worse. I wanted to see like way more cars on fire, man. You know, it's bad, but I would have made it way more exciting. Minnesota, yeah. Minnesota, yeah. So, I mean, that's why I say if somebody would have got shot, this would have exploded to be bigger. If ICE was still trying to get illegals right now, right? They fucking fled, bro. Like, they're out of there. Like, I guess it worked. They got them out of there. If ICE kept trying to get illegals while this is happening, it would have made it worse. So, now there's hardly anyone left. People riot before they know the facts. People riot for so many fucking reasons, bro. I think that a lot of people that join these riots, they're just doing it because they see other people doing it and it looks interesting. I mean, what if you were just kind of walking by and like, I don't know, it just like for some people, it might just click for them like, bro, I'm going to throw something. No one will ever know. Sometimes I think the only reason why some people are rioting is because of the chaos of it. Wait till Friday? Well, that's a good point. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe things fire back up on Friday. ICE didn't leave. They're still raiding in LA or elsewhere. Regrouping. I mean, likely regrouping. I don't want them to just give up, right? But like, I also don't want riots either. So, I mean, I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? I'm torn. I like good and evil, bro. Like if the riots are crazy and shit's burning, bro, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. We're all gonna watch. But if we're going, you know, the right thing, what should happen, if we're being, you know, mature adults and trying to have the right take all the time, you know, what the right thing is, yeah, it's better if they're able to do ICE raids without riots, if there's a way for them to pull that off or to do their job without riots happening. Chicago's doing the same. Seems more peaceful there. Yeah, I just think like the more agitated they get, right? Like, so I'm not saying like, because I'll be like, okay, I made a video and we titled it like ICE raids are causing riots. And people are like, it's not ICE that's causing the riots. It's the protesters that are causing the riots. And I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying. But like, the reason why they're rioting is because ICE is getting illegals and it's pissing them off. I'm not agreeing with them. I'm just saying that's what happened. I think that the ICE should do their job. ICE seems to be more stealthy. I don't know. I had an idea, like, I mean, this is probably a stupid idea. I'd love to explore it or have it like debunked so I can, you know, stop thinking about it if it's dumb. But that is, what if we had like some sort of paid incentive? How much would it cost? Like, how many illegals do we really need to get? Like all of them sounds kind of crazy. What's a compromise number where that we can reach, and then we can just have really good security and like minimize further crossings, but we reach like some sort of threshold that is mathematically sustainable where we want to be. So whatever that number is, okay, so what's our budget? Like, how much is it going to cost to deport that many people and track them down and find them over the next fucking however many years versus getting them to do it themselves? Like, how much would it cost? How much does a person need? What if we waived $1,000? Self-deport, $1,000. You can have a path to getting in the future that's easier after a certain amount of time. After a certain amount of time goes by, then you get like plus bonus points when you're trying to get in to speed up your process because you willingly left. As an incentive, like you'll be able to come back in the future easier. Plus, here's some pocket money. Is that cheaper than all of this operation for the next 10 years? You know, I'm just looking at it from like cost perspective. Which one's cheaper? Which one's cheaper? How many people do we need to hit and why? That needs to make sense too. Some people are going to say every single one of them. Some people are going to say half. What's the number? I'll look at it. Just look at it. Pure fucking numbers, dude. Everything's numbers. Where are we at? I'd love to know the answer. Oh, 50 bits. Sorry, bro. I just saw that 50 bits from T-Rex. What's up, man? Do you know about the No Kings protest coming up this Saturday? Never heard of it. I do imagine there's going to be protests this weekend because of Trump. It's his like birthday thing, right? There's going to be like a big like parade or something. They voted to be a sanctuary city. That's true. They voted for it. It's complicated. Yeah, it's complicated. I've always said that if we're voting on deporting illegals, you know, and which I didn't vote, but I did want Trump to win. It's not like I'm like ashamed or anything. I just I'm lazy. I just don't vote. It's because I'm lazy. And I'm just like, whatever, my state's gonna pick whatever anyways. It's literally me being lazy and just saying fuck it. If I had the vote, I would vote for Trump, I guess. For all 3 times that he ran. It's complicated. I've always said that, like, if we're gonna do this, because there's so fucking many of them, it's like it's so messy. Since there's so many of them, we actually have to address the issue. When it wasn't so bad, I didn't give a shit. I was like, whatever, dude. There's always gonna be people here that are illegally. You can't get rid of them all, right? But like, the influx was so bad. It was like unheard of history, like record breaking amounts of illegals coming in. That will affect things, you know, and it's against the law, and there's people that are coming here legally as well. There's a process to it. People are just skipping it and then coming here and living here from other countries. And I'll give you an example of like one of the reasons why, you know, like the side effects of why that's a problem, like especially in today's climate where we're very deport trigger happy, right? If you're an illegal, you're going to be way less likely to put yourself in positions where you're going to get arrested. Case in point, I think all the smart illegals are not going to come to these protests. That would be stupid. Okay, if they're trying to stay, they're not going to come here. Also, if you're an illegal and you want to stay and then you commit some crime, like maybe there's an accident, car accident, or like something that happened recently, there was a wave runner or Sea-Doo or whatever, a jet ski accident with 2 illegals. They hit a woman and killed her. She was an Air Force cadet. And they tried to run because if they stay there, they're going to get deported. So there's side effects to, like, I understand the moral concept of like, we want to have a place for all, right? But there's a legal system that we have for being a citizen here. And there's people that are skipping that process, and out of fear of losing it, they tend to not stick around when bad things happen, and it's not a good thing. And that's just one of many examples. But that's the one that I like right now because that recently happened. And you know, there's something has to be done, right? But what do you do? Now let's go to the problem. When you go into a city like LA, sanctuary city, and you try and deport illegals there, that is what they voted for. That's why they're rioting, because this is what they want. They want to leave the illegals alone. This is what the people chose this. Okay, so and I'm all about respecting what the populations are choosing. Like if there's some states that want to have abortion laws a certain way, and then other areas that want to have abortion laws another way, have it whatever way the population wants. Whatever like the majority of people want in that area, that's what they should have. That's real democracy. It shouldn't be across the board. It should be each area can like have what they want, bro. There are some areas that are very religious and they don't like abortions, you know, and I understand the arguments. Trust me, but I'm making the argument of like, that's what people want. Same thing. If people want a place where it's like sanctuary city, that's what they should get. ICE coming in and trying to deport people, that's crazy. It's messy. And then it caused a riot, you know? So like, how do you deport them then? I don't know. I don't know what the fucking answer is, but like this seems really expensive for however many people they got. Like, how many people did they actually get out of LA? And then what's the cost of all the damage, and what's the cost of all the cops being here? What's the cost? I don't know. That's why I'm trying to think about it from a money perspective. Is there a way that we could like pay them off to get them to self-deport? Would that be cheaper than all of the military and police personnel? I don't know. I mean, I'm just exploring ideas here. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just some idiot. But I do like to think outside the box and try and think of something, you know. But that's something that's on my mind. Let me read some chat. I'm gonna stand up again. So you're paying people who break the law to stop breaking the law and rewarding them with $1,000 when they're letting them come back. Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. It's a business expense. Business, right? Think about it from a business perspective. Take the emotion out of it. What do you get? How do you get your end result that you're looking for? And they would have to like have some sort of like things that they pass in order to be able to come back, right? It's not just a time limit, but there's like, you know, they have to prove their value, right? Prove their value, prove their allegiance too, even, right? We want allegiance. We want allegiance to America. We don't want to bring in a bunch of people that hate this place. That's stupid as fuck. You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying. Yeah, no, I know it sucks. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just solving the problem. You know, I'm just thinking, like, I'm just saying, hey, what if? What's the cost of that? Because I'm just thinking, what's the cheapest? What's the like business perspective? What's the cheapest way to solve this problem without like doing anything immoral, right? Like, I guess the cheapest way would be some like the most heinous things on the planet, right? That's not what I'm talking about. What's the cheapest, most realistic, humane, mathematical way?
New follower.
We got a lot of money. What if we just pay for it? It might be cheaper. It might be magnitudes cheaper per person. Like, what does it cost to have a bunch of people round up 10 illegals and then deport them to their respective country? What's that cost? What's the number? I want to see the numbers. This is what I do, right? Okay, show me the cost of that. And then if there's another way to do it that's not breaking the law, and you know, and it's like, you know, if it's in a way where like even people like that would disagree, be like, well, that's better than the other way, right? I mean, now you're getting support for it. I mean, I don't know. I'd love to put it out there, see how people feel about it, but I'm just thinking of, I need to know what the costs are. What's the cost of deporting someone versus just like, what's the average number that we can afford, that we're willing to spend, that people, to get the highest net amount of yeses of people self-deporting? What's the cost? I don't know. I mean, seems interesting. Does the steak taste fishy? I'm having some steak tonight. We have flank steak. Hey, Brittany, are you up there? Brittany, are you up there? Hey, is that flank steak out? Can you get the flank steak out? Put the fan on it? I want to dry that shit out. Yeah. The trick is to dry your meat on the outside. You want a dry outer layer. You could do it 24 hours on a rack in the fridge, or a trick that I learned is you just put it on a rack, put a fan on it for a couple hours. Then you dry the outer layer of skin. Then when you char it over some charcoal, it sears up real good. You get the perfect crust. Then you put it on like a lower heat area where you get the temperature up to where you want, and then you just have the perfect juicy steak. It's amazing. Yeah.
A new follower.
Hey, Degenerate, thanks for following. King Bee Stink, thanks for following a couple minutes ago. D Ripper, thanks for following 6 minutes ago. Appreciate you. 50 bits from T-Rex says look up knockings.org. It looks like I'm not sure what that is. Oh, the No Kings thing. No Kings protest. I mean, I'll keep my ear to the ground. I'm just gonna look on like Twitter. If something pops up on Twitter, I'll cover it. We had Korean strip steak tonight. It was so delicious. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm doing some carne asada, bro. I ate already. Got me wanting to eat again. I know. I eat late as fuck, dude. It's 9:30 for me right now, and I still haven't cooked dinner. I'm gonna barbecue. I got a charcoal barbecue outside. Yeah, see, look, I just see cops. I don't really see anyone out and about, right? The amount of streams that are available. There's some cops. They're just standing there. There's like a time limit. They're supposed to wait. This one has ended. A lot of the helicopters have gone. There's only, I think there's only one helicopter, potentially. We had this one. Here's an aerial view. Oh, maybe this one may not be an aerial view.
LA, but you also had a pretty quick response from that.
This channel is usually pretty good. This guy finds stuff. We'll see if this guy finds anything. This is just like another camera angle. Yeah, it's really winding down, dude. Like there might be some people that pop up at night, but the cops are ready. I think it's just going to be less than last night. I think especially with how aggressive they were with getting looters, I think there's going to be less people. Law and order works, baby. Okay? Since they were so aggressive last night getting those looters. They were so aggressive, dude. I've never seen that. I swear to God, I've never seen a looter ever get arrested like in my life, dude. They always seem to be getting away with it and everyone just stands there. So I was like, holy shit, they're actually like tackling these motherfuckers, dude. So yeah, they have these looters getting all beat up and caught last night, and it went super viral. And I'm sure a lot of people thinking about looting tonight probably saw those videos, and there's less of them that are gonna think about looting today because they're like, fuck, I don't want to get arrested because law and order fucking works. You ever stream barbecuing? I just want to see the map of how many protests are happening for the No Kings protest. I have a lot of I know a lot of libs. They are all going to one of the locations. There are 10 within 10 miles in my house. 100 bits. Thanks for 100 bits. Let me see. I'll look it up over on the side here. No Kings protest. Okay, yeah. I see No Kings protest on Google. So here's their protest. In America, we don't do kings. Rise up. I mean, okay. Vote. This doesn't change it. You have to vote, bro. You guys lost the vote. You could lose and then protest all you want. You got to win the next election. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this just makes them feel better. Go ahead. That's my response. That's how I'll stream it, especially if it's gonna be crazy. If it's interesting and crazy, fuck yeah, dude. I'll stream it. That's some good views, man. I'll stream it and then just say, yeah, okay, well, knock yourselves out, bro. Do a protest, I guess. You know? Yeah, win an election. That's it, bro. It's every 4 years. Watch videos from the army walking down the neighborhood, shooting at people, telling them to get in their houses. Oh, well, okay. I did a video on that one earlier, actually. So I did like a bamboozle Rooney, right? I was like, oh shit, the Marines are in LA, right? And then I did a video, and then at the end, I'm like, oh wait, I'm just kidding. This was in 2020 in Minnesota. It was Tim Walz. He's ordered everyone to stay in their homes because of COVID, and the military was like shooting at people and shit, or the cops were. So I was just like, I mean, I don't know. It was a good, funny bamboozle Rooney that I did. It's doing pretty good. It's getting a lot of views. Let me see. Is it still getting a lot of views? Nah, it kind of died off. It was Trump sent Marines to LA. Okay, it did all right. It didn't do like super amazing actually. It got like 20,000 views so far. But it's getting back like currently like 2,000 views an hour. We'll see. The stats looked good on it. So I mean, it's promising. We'll see where it goes. But I just thought that was a funny little bamboozle Rooney. TDS on display again. You talking about me, bro? Everyone always gets it wrong, bro. I don't have TDS. What? The Kings thing might be fake. There was supposed to be protests in small towns in West Virginia. I mean, I don't know. Somebody's swearing about it in the chat, so I just pulled it up, you know? I was like, all right, I'll take a look at it. But I'm just like, okay, whatever, bro. Like, go protest. Go ahead. Fucking, I mean, it doesn't change anything because we have like laws and we voted and all that, right? I didn't, but you guys voted. So it is the way it's supposed to be is the way it's supposed to be right now for 4 years, and then we'll wait another 4 years, you know, and there will be another election. We'll see what people pick. There's got to be enough of you. That's the way it works. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm fine with that system. I think it's great. I know it keeps going one side, whatever, bro. I mean, no matter what side's there, I can navigate accordingly with my life. You know, I'm not going to let it stop me from focusing on my own future. It'll be the lefties, and it'll be the righties, and it'll be the lefties, and the lefties, and the righties, and the righties, and the, you know, and then we'll be in another, you know, there'll be another war. Hopefully not a really bad one. We got some crazy weapons now. It's not a protest when you burn cars and throw bricks. Yeah, no, that's rioting. There's some people that are protesting, and then there's some people that are rioting. That's both. There were in fact people there that weren't doing that shit. They were just there to fucking hold their signs and shout their stuff. And then there was other people that were there lighting shit on fire. For everyone in chat, Sam Price is a righty. Yeah, I lean righty. I have some lefties things, you know. I mean, it all depends. You have to ask me like per issue. Like, what is it? Per thing. It's for me. It's always per thing. Let me turn my light down a little bit. Right. Yeah. What's my? You know, you want to know what I think about abortion or fucking immigration or fucking gun laws or fucking, I don't know. What are the other controversial ones? The fucking wars. I'll say what I think about any of it. I don't mind, you know. And then it's kind of all over the place. Healthcare, fucking minimum wage, union, fucking whatever, bro. There's all kinds of shit. I hit my ankle real hard. What was that? I got it like 100 bits. You'll likely have good content with that No Kings protest. I'll keep an eye out for it. I'm not promoting the protest as much as I want to watch you react to it. I get it. No, I get it. Yeah, no, I'll check it out. I've already committed. I'm ready to stream on the weekend. And if anything crazy is happening, I'm prepared already. I've already like committed to that. The left is falling apart at the seams. Bro, they are weak as shit right now. Yeah, and the thing is, though, I think that a lot of them are starting to realize it. So it looks like they are basically reorganizing. It's going to take them a bit. They're very far behind, but there is movement in that direction. I've seen a lot of lefties kind of like conceding on a lot of crazy shit, which makes them more competitive. They should do that. You know, like how many, here's the test. How many lefties are championing for trans athletes competing in the opposite, like, biological gender thing, right? Like, basically biological men competing in women's sports, right? How many lefties supported that before Trump got elected and then after? It's less now. Because, like, they're starting to get, like, to fucking be like, okay, we can't champion every fucking losing issue, you know? Because then it's like, so I'm noticing it. You'll notice it. Years are going to go by. We'll see where we're at during the next election. I think that you're going to see a whole lot of more lefties that are distancing themselves or trying to drop a lot of the baggage on their side, as should the right. There's a lot of baggage on our side that we could drop to counter them, to appeal to the middle. Right? So it's going to be a competition of who does it more. That's not me. I'm predicting it. We'll see. If the left continues to go down the path that they've been going down, then they're just going to lose even harder. So it's either they get their shit together and fucking are more competitive and on a lot of with a lot of the actual issues that matter to people, or they double the fuck down and they lose even harder. That's my prediction. One or the other. Like, one's absolute defeat and it's like self-destruction, and the other one is pivoting to continue to exist. One or the other. What do you think? What do you guys think the left is going to do? This is Fox 26 Houston. Let me see what other camera angles we have. Here's Associated Press.
Officer, any way out? I'm parked in the DoubleTree. You think I'll be able to get there?
The guy's being, he's a camera dude. He's being respectful. Officer, how do I get out? He's trying to get the fuck out. He did stay a bit, getting his last shots. See, there's not that many of them they need. Like, most of them are just back there. If they need more, they're back there. This is it. It's all like Spartan fucking formation shit. Honestly, it's pretty cool. Bootlicker channel, yeah, whatever. Look up Chris Without a Hellcat on YouTube. What's he got? Peaceful graffiti, yeah. He's right up there. Okay, let me pull it up. Chris Without a Hellcat. Oh yeah, he up in there. There we go. Chris Without a Hellcat. Here, for anyone that wants to go check it out directly.
They didn't shoot anybody yet, but they have their flashes on.
So wait, is the curfew in like 18 minutes, or the curfew already started?
Because then people start, just. I'm all for people commenting whatever they want to comment. So when I have mods, sometimes my mods are not as open-minded as me. Fascism, far right, authoritarian, blah blah.
The left is gonna win the next election because Trump pushed too hard. The pendulum always swings. It could go hard back and forth each year. We'll see. It could go that way. Or it could position it into a direction. I don't know. It depends who's gonna take Trump's place. Or is he running a third time? Like, how's it? You know what I mean? Is that gonna happen?
This is just securing the border. What do you guys think about all of this?
So, are with the protesters or not? I think the protesters should do whatever the fuck they want, bro. Like, if you want to go protest, go protest. I don't necessarily agree with what you're protesting for, but fucking, you do you, man. Do your thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the people burning shit, the rioters and the looters, those fuckers, yeah, dude, find them and put them in jail.
Most of the protests in Los Angeles proper have been limited to.
Yep. Everyone's getting pushed out. No third term. That's a can of worms. That would be crazy. Yeah. No, I don't think that would be good at all, dude. That would just completely like ruin the rules. Then I guess none of the rules matter, right? It'd break the rules. It would destroy the rules that we have. Vance would crush. I think a lot of people like Vance. We'll have to see what happens between now and then, though. It's a long time, bro. It seems like every month everything's completely changing. Right? Like, it was like a week between like Elon getting the key to the White House to like a complete crash out and break up between the two. Anything can happen. Trump ran a third time. Would you support it? I would say that here's the only way that I would even consider supporting it is if the opponent was literally that fucking bad, right? But it would have to be worse than Kamala, though. It would have to be worse than Kamala and Hillary combined. It would have to be a super villain level of opponent to where like that's the only way. But other than that, no. Because it breaks things. You know, once you break that, you can't fix it. Like there's no fixing that. So it would have to be like so incredibly extreme, and the likelihood of that happening is, in my opinion, very incredibly low. If the likelihood of if he ran for third term, the likelihood of me supporting that is very incredibly low. Yeah, that's it. It would have, yeah. It's like the only way would be the most extreme, crazy, gnarly situation that I can't even dream up off the top of my head. You know, I can't even give you an example. It would have to be real bad. It would have to be so bad I can't think of it, you know? If there's like some sort of like crazy shenanigans like in what's it called, House of Cards, you know, like okay, he becomes the vice president and then the president steps down, ban, third term. I mean, that's wild, you know. I don't know. That would, I mean, again, that would be that's not good. We got to keep some sort of the traditions going of 8 years max, no matter how much we like them, you know. If there was nobody but Trump or the third term, it would be Trump. If it was someone else, yes, I would vote for that person. Yeah, right on. I mean, I understand. What if it was AOC? Oh my God. I would, if AOC become president, I would just fucking suck it the fuck up, dude. I don't like the sound of that at all. I would just suck it the fuck up. I sucked it up when I mean, even as a kid, whoever became president, and if I didn't like him, I just sucked it up. You know, or I guess like my dad was like, I didn't really follow politics. I just kind of went with what my dad said when I was a kid. When Obama first got elected, I didn't really know much about it, but I was more on the side of like, okay, I don't really know much about it. And based off of my vibes and what I know, I'm against Obama. But I didn't really have, like, I wasn't really involved in politics. Didn't really have any reasons. The only time I really started like thinking about who I think would be good for president and stuff and actually giving a shit was when Trump first ran. Yeah, Trump versus Hillary. And then, you know, that was the first time I started kind of watching and paying attention. I never really cared before. It didn't affect me, and it still doesn't, to be honest. I just kind of pay attention a little bit more. And I make sure that I don't let it affect me at the same time. I like whoever's in charge, bro, at the end of the day, you could still focus on what's best for you and yourself and the people around you in the current world as it is. How do you navigate the current world? The world keeps changing. Even politics aside, the world changes technologically. All this AI shit's happening. Whatever happens with this AI shit, I'm going to find my own way forward. You know, that's my attitude. Like whether it goes one way or the other, I'm going to find my way forward and navigate through that. That's my focus. And with my one life, however things go politically, I'm going to navigate my way forward. I can't control the direction of humanity. So I just, instead what I do is I focus on what I can, and that's my chances at having the best life I can have. AOC getting thick, bro. Yeah, I think she's eating a lot of enchiladas, man. That's for sure. I get it, bro. I love me some chicken and cheese enchiladas from fucking, what's that place? Sizzler. Hell yeah, bro. Or is it Sizzler? Brittany. Hey, Brittany. Do you remember that place we used to go to dinner every Friday? When I first got out of the Marines, it was a Mexican place. But let me know if you think of it. They got good at cheese enchiladas there. I can't remember their name. Bro. That's how I got thick. Me and AOC, we on the same diet, baby. Yeah, there's some arrests are happening. There's someone that's arrested.
Well, anything you do is going to be criticized, right? And I know they don't want to extend it too much out. You want to start smaller and expand if you need to, just to limit that problematic situations you're going to have. And you hit it right on the head. It's the 110.
Oh, there's the buses.
It's all these freeways that are going to be affected because that's where the problems are happening, right? These folks are getting on the freeways, creating that damage. More problems can occur.
Just as I predicted, everybody.
That's what you're trying to
LAPD, what is it?
You're trying to balance.
El Torito! That's what it was. Yes! El Torito, baby. I used to go there every Friday. I worked hard all week in a fucking machine shop. This is after I got out of the Marines. And fucking on Friday, I got paid. My actual, like, civilian paycheck, I got paid. I'm like, hell yeah. And we went to El fucking Torito.
They seem to be willingly going there, or
that's what we did every Friday. And I got me the cheese and chicken enchiladas. And I loved their endless chips and salsa. It was a simple life.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now in a few minutes here, but quite honestly, in that situation, and again, the officers are going to be in that same mold as well, where let's try to find out what we have first. Who are these people? Is this a family? Are these people just going back from another location? They're not part of any type of melee. Or
I voted for this kick rock fuckers. I haven't seen people say that. El Torino? El Torito. El Torito. Hey, brother, I still love you to come film at one of our Friday night classics car cruisins in Thornton. Hey, yeah, I'm still interested. I just gotta fucking commit to it. I gotta find a time and commit to it.
Problem for them and making sure these folks are going home.
I remember you.
We are watching.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
The officers move into space there, and we also saw the mounted units making a move there as well. You know, it's been a tough time, let's just say that, also for local law enforcement. How many of us know somebody who has dedicated themselves to serving the city as a police officer?
Read the Apple research paper on AI, although they could just be hating on competition.
That you saw on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah, maybe it's an Apple psyop. I heard about that. They're saying that AI is not as crazy as it seems or whatever, but I mean, it's doing crazy things that are very useful for people. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. People are using it because it's useful. They can argue against that all they want. Useful is useful. Be useful then.
Yes, you're right. The issues are the first night you're kind of getting caught off guard potentially based on what's happening, but as the nights continue,
enchiladas are fire. I'm thick too. Hell yeah, dude. I'm in peak physical condition.
And now you're making sure you're ensuring that those.
Why riot if you want to stay in the country? I'm from Australia, and destroying your own community is crazy to me. Like again, I mean, it's crazy how many people misunderstand it. The people rioting are not going to be illegals. They're American citizens. So if they get arrested, they're not going to get deported. The illegals, they're not going to fuck with this shit. Like, there's probably a few retards that are illegal that went and actually participated in this shit and risked their being here. But the illegals, they're illegal, not dumb. So they're not going to come to this and like risk, especially they've been here a long time. They plan on being here a long time. They're not going to come here just to get deported over something stupid that's going to last 2 days. So, I mean, just to say that, right? Now, for people like flying Mexican flags and burning shit and stuff like that,
yeah, what happens on those? Again, I'm not.
I mean, it doesn't. that doesn't look good. It's not helpful. I'll tell you what, the opposing side on this argument is not happy that that was happening. It makes them look really bad. So as a, you know, if you're on one side of the argument, you can use it as whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of people wanting to light shit on fucking fire, bro. There's a lot more people that love chaos in this world than you think, and they just love to see shit happen because fucking, it's, you know, the world sucks. It's big and you don't have very much power, you know. That's why I like video games. You can go and like have some, like, be badass in a video game, right? But in the real world, you're just amongst billions of others, you know. Some people can't handle it. They take it out on the fucking, uh-oh, we're losing internet.
Officers, and that they're kind of riding around in front of the officers as the skirmish line moves. And of course they're filming, and I'm wondering,
Internet coming back.
I'm wondering how.
Sorry about that. My internet dropped for a second there. But we're back. We good.
How that's changed the equation, if at all?
Well, that's a great question, and that really has. I think people see so much of it live right then and there. There's no longer people going out to the news at night at 11 to see what's going on. They're seeing it as it's like I am right now with you watching it. And because of that, that's going to bring in people to the area that want to create a problem.
Yeah, there's people that want to create a problem, and they come here and they try and create problems on purpose. Like even yesterday, we were watching a video of police that were like trying to actually kind of get out of there and like whatever, and then people are like, hell no, bro, you don't back down, bro, like come back, we want to fight you guys, right? Like there was like police trying to kind of just let people have their space to fucking do whatever, and people were like pushing up on it like, oh no, fuck no, dude, we're here to fucking tussle with the police. And because like they don't want it to, the problem to go away, they want more, they want more riot. So, you know, there's people looking for that, and there's not very many of them left, bro. They all like, they all fucked off.
Doing whatever they're doing. But I think
yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really a very successful riot, to be honest. You know, so like I'm like kind of shitting on two different, like both sides here, because there's a, like on my side is trying to blow this riot way out of fucking proportion, right? And the other side is trying to have it be some sort of big symbol and mean something. But at the end of the day, it was weak as fuck, and all these people gave up really fucking easily. There's hardly any left. Everyone, once fucking Monday came around, everyone went back to fucking work, dude.
But if the officers, let's say, if they're
so I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal to them apparently. Oh, that guy just got thrown down to the ground. He's causing trouble.
They can advise the officers that's the person.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, if it really mattered that much, where the fuck are they? Pig Mercy isn't over there. Pig Mercy's at behind the computer. Pig Mercy's not over here doing anything. Doesn't care that much. You know, there's only like fucking 8 people left, man.
Of course, we're not down there.
The riot was defeated easily by the LAPD. They know exactly what they're doing. So it wasn't so bad that they needed to send the fucking Marines in. You know, it wasn't that bad. Like my side's trying to blow it way out of proportion and be like, it's this, that's why like I'm calling the stream Battle for Los Angeles. You know, but look, there's literally no fires. No fires today. All those fuckers gave up.
One thing we like to do is
they gave up like little bitches, bro. They're not standing on business anymore. All right, yeah. Monday comes around, they got to go make money.
Coming hour is we're going to stick with them. We're also going to be monitoring. Curfew order as they
yeah, that guy got thrown down to the ground. He's you know, said the wrong things. Yeah. So actually, this is really interesting. Let me pause on this. Hold on. Check this out. So this map right here, let me see if I can like snapshot it. Hold on a second. Let me just do this in Photoshop, I guess. Let me just do a new thing. So if we look at this map, right? It starts at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is where all the riots were happening. So and this is a good point that the mayor of LA made. As much as I don't like her, she had a really good point, and this is something that I think we need to like understand here, right? So this is where the riots happened, and the riots and protests, both. Okay, it's all in this area. Chinatown, Arts District, Fashion District. Okay, all of this area. All right, it's like a big mall. This is where it happened, between the 5 and 10 freeway and the 110. So right, these highways right here are freeways. This is the area that it happened. Now, if we were to zoom out on this map, this is 1 square mile of LA, but LA is 500 square miles, right? So this is a very small area. It's not like all of LA was burning. It was just this area, and they were actually kind of weak as fuck, and they gave up in like fucking 3 days. It was a weak ass siege. They didn't fucking fight very hard at all, to be honest. But people did go out. They said with the, there's protesters that didn't do anything bad. They went out here for the weekend and chanted, their beliefs and shit, as is their right as fucking goddamn Americans, right? Even if we disagree, and that's fine. But it only happened here. If you zoom out, this is a very small part of LA. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, it's over. It's totally over.
It runs until it's been completely perfect out there tonight.
There we go. I'll end it with that. I was actually just saying that just to piss off the dude that was spamming the whole time. I never responded to anything he said except for that last thing. I just wanted to piss him off. The guy that was what was his name? Pig something. That was for you guys in the shorts chat. I just wanted to, I bet that was kind of satisfying for a lot. That was 100% directed at, homeboy. Just, I don't know. I wanted to dig a little bit. Yeah, so I guess my Twitch stream did go offline, but we're back now. Okay. With that said, actually, I'm going to end the stream here. It's over. They're defeated. The riots are over. There's nothing to talk about with it anymore. I'm going to grill some carne asada. I'm going to make some carne asada. And then I'm going to take that. I'm just going to have straight up steak carne asada, and I'm going to have it on some Mexican rice. Going to be delicious. I got some pico de gallo I'm going to put with my rice. Some guacamole. Guacamole! I've got some, what's that cheese? It's this Mexican crumbly cheese. It's like Mexican, like Parmesan, but it's like wet. It's really good. Kind of salty. Carne asada. Hell yeah, dude. I will be having some taco. Well, I was just going to have it on rice, but at some point there will be some left over. I'm going to have some tacos. Yeah, bro. Hey, okay, let me tell you this. I've always had carne asada from like these packages at Costco or whatever. It's already like pre-seasoned and shit. Bro, just make your own marinade however you want. Look some shit up. Here's one. Very simple. Soy sauce, lemon juice, garlic, lots of garlic. You can do minced and powdered garlic. Really garlic it up. All right. Throw some little bit of like brown sugar in there. Fucking, you want to throw some cumin and some Mexican spices? Go for it. That's it, bro. Let it sit in that shit and then dry it. Take it out and then dry it. You want to dry outside, then grill that motherfucker. And then once you get this beautiful char, then you take the leftover sauce and you start painting it and just get a real nice char. It's so amazing, bro. It's going to be... I always got the stuff from the package. I marinated it myself. But here, it's not just the marinade. The meat, bro. You get some premium, like, actual skirt steak meat before you grill it. Oh, my God. I'm about to have the second half of it. I had the first half last night. Me and Brittany split it, and it was fire, dude. I ate it just like a steak. I just ate it. It was so good. I've never had skirt steak that good. Best carne asada I've ever had. Oh yeah, dude, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat now. All right, see you, dudes. Time to barbecue. I'll see you. See, what is it? Tuesday. Yeah, I'll see if I can go live tomorrow. I'm planning to try and stream every day at this point. So, oh, here's my my Discord if anyone wants to join. Do I still have that saved? Okay, hold on. Let me give you guys my Discord if anyone wants to join. If anyone wants to hang out, I'm gonna maybe do a movie night or something. Discord.gg discord.com/game rebel. Here we go. Throw beef in a taco shell. I mean, good enough, right? But it's always nice to pimp it out. Throw some cheese in there, tomatoes, onions. All right, there we go. Yeah, I might be in there tonight. Guys, join the Discord. I'm going to jump in a public channel, but I'm going to take a break. Then I'm going to go barbecue, get my barbecue ready and shit. And then at some point, I'm just going to go handle that. But I'll be in, yeah, I'm going to hang out in the Discord. I'll see you guys in there. And